Let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer for the podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go.
I born ready.
It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
That is the best moment in sports I have ever seen.
It's the Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. The cracker 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
Over. Good night. Springer, stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Springer, stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Born ready. It's not that hard when Springer, stinger is going yard. It's not that hard when Springer, stinger is going yard.
Eberle and Taylor Hall, he came in and moved them all. 1 for 1, the deal's done. Bobby Mack let us know. Ryan Strome, lost it twice. Drake from Manning was not nice. 2 good picks, they went for Griff. Pete just had to go. Eric Greiber buyout, what was that all about? Miko signed a 3-year deal, and my friends, that ain't no steal. Traded for Spooner, shoulda canned him sooner. Chris Russell, Lucic, no movement on their deals. Pete left a tire fire. Bobby Nix is searching for the perfect person. Pete left a tire fire. Now it's tough to do well when you're stuck in cap hell.
6:08 on a Monday morning. What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? Thank you very much for being here. What's up? What's up? 95.7 Cruise FM. What's up? Trev, say what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're listening on TuneIn Radio or iHeartRadio, please tell your friends how easy it is to listen to the show. And, of course, you've got the simulcast of 95.7 Cruise FM. It's bumping into people all weekend who are listening to the show on the radio. Of course. Which was nice. I was at the Regina Airport waiting in security. Some guy standing next to me goes, hey, he's sitting right next to me. We're waiting for his stuff. Giving me this grin. I goes, hey, he's got to say, man, I love the show. I said, I love you. I love you for loving the show. That's what I was very excited about. So, yeah, it's good times. Good times. Lots to get to today. No doubt about it. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
You watching overtime last night, and when the Canucks scored, did you go down to your furnace and light it on fire, and now you need a new one? Well, if you do, then Weiss Johnson's Edmonton's Trane Home Comfort Specialist. For nearly 50 years, get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, heat pump installation from now until the end of the month. That's this week. Got to move quick on this. Bundle a furnace with an AC unit and get 25% off the package price. Make your home comfortable for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportsTalk.com. That's the little website they put together for us. So you can find all the details on what they're offering to all you nasties out there. WJSportsTalk.com. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Looking for a conch request, we can certainly do that. Let's see here. Sean texts in around 5:28 this morning. Says, hey guys, can I get a conch for all the EST employees being great and welcoming on Friday? That'd be at the tailgate, I would assume. Huh? How was that tailgate? You were at the tailgate.
It was wild.
You put in a shift at the tailgate.
It was awesome. It was a great.
Trev was in a great mood when I saw him at the tailgate. You were so happy.
I was buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you stayed. What, you stayed for like an hour and a half after
I stayed,
kickoff?
well, yeah, but everybody we bumped into, like, it was just disappointing that game didn't have any.
I know,
because perfect weather for a football game. This stage
beautiful.
of the year.
There's 15 degrees at kickoff.
Amazing.
Late October. Like, it was the perfect night.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely perfect night for football. Would have been nice if something was on the line for Edmonton. Obviously, something was on the line for Calgary. Calgary ended up getting it done, but
It's a good time though. Great time. Yeah.
Yeah, I always
As
want to
always.
just stay at that tailgate, man. It looks like such a fun time.
Yeah, one time we'll have to get you out there.
I don't know it'd be impossible.
It will.
The one game I was not going to do this year, and I was in town.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah,
We had some stuff with TSN. They had to shift some things around, and I had to come work the game
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah, that was
yeah. Anyway, one of your text messages today will win the Royal Pizza text of the day with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find. Top-notch service for over 55 years. Order online today, royalpizza.ca, or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. We will get into the Oilers' loss to the Canucks, a couple losses this weekend. But if you were watching on YouTube, you already see it. If you were listening on 95.7 or TuneIn or iHeart,
hear it.
we've got so the Canadian Brewhouse are big partners of ours in the afternoon with the Reed Wilkins Show and EST afternoons. You'll see Crack Pack Patty on the Hangout and stuff. He's a Brewhouse guy. They dropped off 9 hot dogs for us today. Game 3 of the World Series. We got 3 hours. There's 3 of us. We got 9 hot dogs. Just that challenge, right? So you can get this at the Brewhouse for Game 3 tonight, Game 4, Game 5. You go and you take down your 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. And what usually comes with 9 hot dogs in 9 innings?
Trev, do you have a guess? Because I'm stumped.
beers.
9
boys.
beers.
9 beers,
How did you know that?
boys.
9 beers. And we got 9 beers to get into as well. Now this is for 3 of us. This would be a really good test on if you think you could actually do 9 beers in 9 innings with 9 dogs. Because I think after 3 beers and 3 dogs, I'm probably going to be ready to tap out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll be the guinea pig, the canary in the coal mine, so to speak.
That's
but
what we're doing.
Doing it at the bar instead of the ballpark. That should be
Celebrate the World Series, am I right? So, Trev, come get your plate of dogs. We got 3 good sized dogs, too. I mean, they're not messing around. They're not these little, like, homemade dogs. There's a big old wiener in there. All right,
They
so there
score
we go.
nicely as well. They got
And Trev, you have 3 beers. You can take Bud Lights or Budweisers. If you need help opening, we can help. Remember, you're not very good at opening. Cheers to World Series baseball in general, right? Regardless of who's in there, right? Like, interesting series so far. I'll tell you this. I was saying to the boys here before we got started today that I can't remember the last time I drank beer from a bottle. Right? 6 o'clocker lagers come in.
It's all cans.
Cans.
Now. It's all cans now. Think about a Sobeys and Safeway Liquor beer of the week. I don't think
we've ever
Like
had
on
a bottle
record, yeah,
in
yeah.
like a dozen years.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can do this at the Canadian Brewhouse, any of their locations.
Variety of ketchups and mustards.
Get the boys. Yeah, I told the boys, I said, I got a variety of ketchups and mustards here. They're all just Heinz ketchup and mustards, but we've got a lot of them. So yeah, if you want to grab some buddies, go check out Game 3 at any of the Canadian Brewhouse locations. I think 9 beers and 9 dogs and 9 innings is a lot harder than it sounds.
Well, it depends who's pitching.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Yamamoto, you got to move quick. You got to move quick. All right, listen to this. The buns on these dogs.
Oh.
Absolutely delicious. All right.
It's a good way to get the week going, hey?
No,
on
this
a Monday.
Is how you start on a Monday.
It seems like a Friday thing. Monday.
No,
bam.
this is Monday. Straight in. 3 dogs, 3 beers, 3 hours each guy.
Game 3,
We'll be
baby.
fine. We'll be cruising through this. Dogs are going to go down pretty quick. But I'm telling you right now, I don't even think I could attempt the 9 and 9. I'd have to already be a little bit buzzed and be like, I'm going to do it.
You would go in a little wet.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the worst. That's probably the worst case.
Well,
scenario.
yeah, you'd.
Yeah. How was
You
your
need a bit of
weekend
courage.
otherwise, Rick? What
It
else
was
you got
great.
up to,
Yeah,
buddy?
you were on the road.
I was on the road. I was in
Final,
Regina Saturday.
And you go back. Tell the good people what you. So semifinals, and you'll be heading out east, correct? Yes.
I'm in Montreal on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm already stressing because I'm going out Thursday, so I can be there the day before for practices and sit downs and stuff. But we're only allowed 2 nights at a hotel, like on for a game. So I had to get out of there Saturday after the game. So the game's at 2. It goes until 5-ish. If there's overtime, I'm screwed. So if you're watching that East semifinal on Saturday and it goes to overtime, just know that I'm completely ruined by that. Or Dwayne Ford's just going to call overtime by himself because I got to get to the
Ford
airport.
jumps in and does it both.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dwayne?
So the
Well,
game
Dwayne,
ends
I
at
don't know.
5. My flight boards at 6:10 at the Montreal airport. There will be some post-game traffic because it's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping an hour and 10 minutes is enough time to get me to the airport, through security, and to the gate. But we'll see. And then I'll get to be home. I'll get it back home at like midnight. So I'll be home Sunday, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, you have the buffer. Yeah.
But I'm already stressing about this commute from the game to the airport. Luckily, I got that sweet little Nexus card who will get me through security rather quickly.
It is Montreal. Don't they have like alternative, like you get like one of those, like a tandem bike or something like?
Oh, you can't bike to the airport from there.
Yeah,
But
but
the problem is
old
that
Montreal. They got all
you
the.
love glorious old
take
Montreal.
a hot air balloon.
The problem is that as long as I've been going to Montreal the last 6-7 years, it's got the worst construction I've seen of any city in the
Careful
country.
now. That's a hot take.
Yeah, no, I have to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just have to say reality, right? And that's what I did there. So, anyway, so yeah, I'll be out in, which means I'm going to miss the Halloween show. I was
you are?
Yes. I'm very angry. I was planning.
Fridge.
I told Awanik about a month ago. I said I'm probably gonna have to miss that
Come on.
Halloween show. I know. So but then I said, you know what? Screw it, Maddie. I'm gonna do the Halloween show.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna fly to Montreal the day before the game.
Yeah.
Which was my plan up until this past weekend when my producer Eddie the Gambler said, "Hey, you should come out on Thursday."
Should?
Yeah. Well, he said come out on Thursday.
Oh.
So I'm rolling out on Thursday. I missed the Halloween show. I still can't wear my Clark Griswold costume. That's 2 Halloween
Could you
shows.
wear
in a row
it
I
for the
missed.
broadcast on the semifinal? It is the day, but it's still Halloween
It is
weekend.
the day
Like, I
after
think it'd
Halloween.
be-
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's
watching old CFL films
Yeah,
with the song playing in the background.
watching the West semifinal.
Yeah.
I've only been there. Fly home so easy.
Well, son of a.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, man. I missed Halloween show. Maybe I'll dress up on my own on Thursday.
Well, maybe we have a pre-Halloween
Halloween show.
type of thing in
Maybe.
honor of
I mean,
you.
it's
and
up
then
to you
we can
guys, like-
stretch it out another day.
I don't know if it's going to be JMO or Phrasin.
Oh, okay.
I do like the idea of either of them.
You're here Thursday,
I'm here Thursday.
just Friday. Okay. Yeah. One
I
of them.
fly out at like 11:30 on Thursday.
Phrase doesn't participate in hell. You know that. Like, that won't be. He won't.
Yeah, we could do something stupid like, "I'll wear different color glasses," and then come up with a.
Yeah,
that's how he would do
and
it.
JMO plays it right down the fairway. He'd wish Happy Halloween.
He's the straight guy.
Yeah.
He's the straight guy. All right. Yeah, sorry, man.
I just kind
Look,
of that threw me.
Hey, a conch for Halloween.
Yeah,
All
right.
Look, man, if you want, I will wear a costume on Thursday by myself. You guys don't need to dress up. You can save your costumes for Friday.
The way you've talked this thing up, and especially since we didn't get it last year, now I was looking
know.
forward to this year. And
I was really excited for last year's Halloween show. We had the draft, and then I got sick for a month.
The draft, and then the proxy had to fill in.
And Trev had oh man, I still hate you for your scary things draft.
I did great.
I was laying there in bed, like a million, like just shivering like crazy listening. And I'm like, don't worry. I sent him my list for the draft of scary things. And then like in the second round, you're like, I'll take the siren that goes off when war strikes. I was like,
that's a terrifying
what is he doing? Like,
well, I didn't know if I
could have got that so much later.
I didn't know if I had to like draft directly from the list that you had given me. I thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I only provide you with an entire list with categories broken down,
I thought
you
it
certainly
was,
don't need to draft
that was like an advice, like, well, what do I need to do here? Yeah, maybe I can take this. But I realize now, I'm like, these were the best options, and I should have probably picked them. So it wasn't my best. I'll admit that. It wasn't. But I still had fun.
That's all that matters.
And I got third, I think. So
who got last, Tommy?
Tommy. Yeah, it might have been Tommy. I know I beat Tommy.
We've been running this place for over 2 years now. It's been very smooth for the most part. But you not drafting off my list that day is probably the most frustrating thing that's happened in the last 2 years. I swear to God. I mean, for the most part, what else do we have to be frustrated about around
you put
here?
the nasty chat, you're like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I know. I was laying there trying to stay awake.
This is over.
Yeah, you're a mess. You're a mess.
Washrooms with like a word, hey?
Yeah, well, that was at the old place. Yeah, old Uremchuk. God. All right, let's lay out the show for you today. You can text us anytime. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Call in the Amishman says, can I get a conch for my wonderful wife who just planned us a wonderful European honeymoon and is now laid up in bed sick? She's a trooper. Oh, my goodness. The story. Yeah.
Amos Moses has a good one, too, there.
Went to the Jays game in August, and my 14-year-old tried 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. He tapped out at 8 1/3 dogs. In his defense, he'd eaten a few hours earlier. He took a picture of eating every hot dog, and he just looks visibly sadder every single time. Okay, but if you're doing 9 dogs in 9 innings,
no
and
beer for him either, yeah.
But you get to 8 1/3, you can't find a way to take down 2/3 of a wiener? Come on.
You made it that far. I'd like to see the picture flip book, though, of him smiling and then just...
Hi, I'm Amos Moses' son, and this is my first hot dog.
Yeah.
And then at the end, right? Isn't that what they do? Like, this is my first drink. And then at the end, they're like, hi, I'm Stephanie. This is my 9th drink. Meet my friend, Renee. All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We got an Oilers game to get into as well. Rick's almost done his first dog. I'm almost on my first dog. Trev, have you got into this yet?
I'm about 3/4 the way.
All right. So, yeah, we're getting into it. We got 3 beers and 3 dogs each to take down, courtesy of the Canadian Brew House. They got the 9 beer, 9 inning, 9 hot dog challenge going at all their locations for tonight's game. We got your morning announcements coming up. Prolux Lighting morning after show. That's going to happen at 6:30 today. Our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend coming up before 7 o'clock. GS Construction Hockey Insider today. Darren Dreger will get his thoughts on the Oilers and the Canucks. And how about these Mammoth?
That's what I'm going to ask him about. I wanted to ask him about the Mammoth.
Yeah, I knew you want to ask about the Mammoth.
They're in town tomorrow.
The Mammoth have won 7 in a row. They're in town tomorrow. They're red hot.
Gunther and the boys.
Schmaltz leads the league in points with 16. Him and Eichel, I think. Your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. I got to send something over for the Monday Nighter. We'll do that. That's a good. Coming up around 7:30. Mike Tanier, 2 Deep Zone around 7:45 today. We'll have kind of easy trivia. We'll have 3 questions too many. Gager is going to pop by around 8:30. We'll get his thoughts on the Oilers and Canucks. I got to get his thoughts on Skinner. Looking awkward on Saturday. We'll get into that a little bit. What?
Oh, GG.
Oh, I thought you said Gager was coming to Mexico.
Can you believe that?
God, that would have been incredible. We'll do your Selly's Monday Night Football Challenge. Carnival-like atmosphere tonight at Selly's.
Absolutely.
So that'll be good for Monday Night Football. And then we'll have the wrap for William Huff. So lots to get to on the show today. Nielson Show brought to you by Ewell.
Ewell, your partner in power.
Yes, your partners in power and source for all things electrical. only at Ewell, the best in the biz. They're your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime, ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power. Let's dive into your morning announcements today. Find out what happened over the weekend. You're already on second dog, second beer.
Yeah.
You're not messing around. You're going to set a world record.
Yamamoto.
Man, was that guy. I mean, let's start there. Morning announcements. There's lots to get to from a busy weekend in sports. Friday night, Jays erupt. It's incredible. 9-run inning.
Amazing.
Oh, my God. Maybe they can win this thing. Hey, maybe they can. But then a wake-up call in game 2. Yamamoto comes out. Back-to-back complete games. First time somebody's gone back-to-back complete games in the playoffs since Kurt Schilling, I think. So you're having to dial it back quite a ways there.
And really, it was a very unquestionable complete.
Not really tested. Not a lot of jams that he had to get out of. He was outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding. I just got a text from Gage. It says, hello, Dusty. I'm writing to provide you an update on your investment with Modern Advisor. Your current year-to-date rate of return on your RRSP is 15.24%, which is excellent.
Oh.
Wow. Thanks, Gager. That must have been an automatic send at 6 a.m. or something like that. I doubt Gager's up already sending out business things.
It's kind of wordy for him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. More conversation.
Gager, why not just text me?
Yeah.
What are you doing? With that being said, 15.24% return. Oh, a couple more years like this, and I'm retiring.
Daddy's getting a new pair of shoes.
I'm pretty excited about this. I've made it. I'm going to call Tab and say, book the vacay. We're out of here.
Sure, yeah.
Gage is turning things around like crazy. All right, the Oilers on Saturday, not great. Played okay, but didn't get the job done. And then last night, they allowed Sherwood to look like what would happen if Cam Neely had a trial with Pavel Bure. What are we doing here? How do you let that guy run your show for an entire game? That was not good. There were some positive elements. I didn't like the fact that the kid line with Thomas Encounter, they didn't even play 9 minutes in last night's hockey game, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But we'll get into that. We got your Prolux Lighting morning after show. That is on the way. We'll go there just after 6:30 today. So we will dive into this hockey game, a much, much deeper look at it. The good, bad, and ugly. You can chime in on the game, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or hit us up over on the Nasty Chat on YouTube. And hammer the thumbs up for us over there if you would like. Hot Take Kev is in and says, I picture me doing the 999 challenge, much like a traditional MLB starting pitcher, cruising through the first 5 innings. I start to hit trouble by the 6th. The manager goes to the bullpen in the 7th. Well, I try to hold it all together.
Yeah, you pull a Scherzer, hey?
Yeah.
Like your wife's like, maybe you should stop. And
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
Scherzer will go tonight against Glasnow for the Dodgers. And we'll take a look at that as we work our way through the show today as well. And Lieutenant Eric is almost halfway through dog number 2. You're gonna win this challenge for sure. Well, we're not racing. I guess we could have raced.
No, we should.
That would have been fun to race, but no, that's okay. CFL season comes to a close. We have the playoff picture in the Canadian Football League. We'll get to the NFL picture with Mike Tanier. Mike's going to join us coming up here around 7:45. Today we'll dive into everything yesterday. Set up this Monday Nighter. You're going to be at Selly Sports Bar and Lounge for the Monday Nighter.
Yeah.
Century Casino, Fort Road. Carnival-like atmosphere. Should be a pretty good time over there. Chiefs and Commanders tonight.
Plus the ball game.
The baseball game too. In my big boy league, I'm down 10. I've got Mahomes and Bill Krosky. And the guy I'm going up against has Rashee Rice. So as long as Mahomes moves the ball around to some other guys, hopefully I'm okay. I desperately need to win. I will be on tilt for most of the evening tonight with the Nielson family at home, trying to watch both the Jays game and my fantasy updates. The CFL playoff picture is now set.
Finally.
The Riders in the West. It'll roll through there. Bo Levi Mitchell, Hamilton on the other side. Your semifinals, I'll be heading out to Montreal for the Alouettes and the Bombers. The Bombers are going to be crossing over. Those two teams just played, but a bunch of guys are rested. I wouldn't read into that too much. And then the BC Lions will be at home after getting the job done in Regina. Shout out to you. A conch for your Riders. I have to say, sitting various guys for the last 2 weeks and taking legitimate runs at meaningful games for the Bombers and the Lions, I was actually pretty impressed with the depth of the Riders.
I worry the rest versus rust, but given the performance that a lot of backups and or third stringers had in the past 2 weeks against teams jostling for position, fills me with some...
Well, and Harris got just enough, right?
Oh, no.
Got out, looked good, 10 of 11,
They all
moved the ball.
Yep.
So I think they'll...
The depth of that receiving core, I mean, you saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
That's...
Trevor Harris loves Tommy Neal. He loves Tommy Neal.
I love Tommy Neal.
And Tommy Neal's like the number 5 guy when they're all healthy.
He reminds me of a young Andy Fantouz.
Oh, what a
I mean, I know
Neal
the number's
flakes.
the same, but yeah.
Neal flakes. Let's make that happen.
Neal Doze.
Calgary Stampeders will head out to BC for the West semifinal. And what an incredible storyline. BC chooses Nathan Rourke. You know why they did it. Vernon Adams, who'd done some great things with BC, gets cast away, joins the Stampeders, now leads the Calgary Stampeders back into BC place to take on Nathan Rourke.
Oh, into the Lions' Den. You got to.
Vernon Adams is going right into the Lions' Den. The one thing I will say about Calgary, after getting a firsthand look at them against Edmonton, and I think the week before, they got to finish some drives. Paredes had like an 11-yard field goal and a 12-yard field. Like they come playoff time, I guarantee you this: you are not going to beat the BC Lions by settling for field goals inside 25 yards. There's no chance.
No.
Nathan Rourke will find a way to hang 30 on you.
It's a track meet.
You got to find a way to put up some points. But I am excited for both the East and West semifinals in the Canadian Football
Lions
League.
whipping the Stamps in Calgary 52-23 back in mid-September and winning at home against the Stampeders earlier this month, 38-24.
Should be, I think, it'll be a highly entertaining game. We'll see what happens with the Bombers. Can Zach stay upright? Can they go heavy on Brady and maybe keep Davis Alexander off the field? Have to make a note. Davis Alexander, who's starting this playoff game for the Alouettes, has never lost a CFL game. So.
Al's got some injuries as well in that final one. Hey, on the defensive side,
I
think.
notice that.
Oh, yeah. A couple of guys were walking wounded, so.
That's not good. All right, coming up next, speaking of not good, the Edmonton Oilers drop one in overtime to the Vancouver Canucks. Had to storm back to get the point, and then they lose in overtime. It's your Prolux Lighting morning after show. That is on the way. Keep those text messages flying in today. We'll get to a few more of those as we work our way through the show. Right now, we've got a sports update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Are you looking for quality flooring? Of course you are. Why would you want anything but? Visit Paramount Flooring's spacious, family-friendly showroom, open 7 days a week. Call 780-483-1991 and mention EST for 10% off. That's better than some of those other places that have an R-rated showroom. Paramount Flooring has a family-friendly showroom. That's what I'm talking about. You can take your kids to Paramount Flooring. Here's the update.
I know a few of those places. The Oilers falling 4-3 to the Canucks in overtime, wrapping up a weekend doubleheader in which Oilers falling Saturday night in Seattle to the Kraken as well. Kiefer Sherwood, the story, he had the OT winner, scoring 2 in the game. Leon Draisaitl had a pair for Edmonton, while Jack Roslovic scored his first as an Oiler. Kelvin Pickard would stop 23 of 27 shots faced. Oilers are back home to host Utah tomorrow. Elsewhere last night, Utah over the Jets 3-2. The Mammoth have won 7 straight. The Kings have points in 5 straight following a 3-1 win over the Blackhawks. Nikita Kucherov wins at 32 seconds into overtime as the Lightning skate over the Golden Knights 2-1. Dallas Stars scored 3 unanswered goals with a 3-2 victory over Nashville. Devils remain red hot. They've won 8 straight following a 4-3 overtime victory over the Avs, while Colorado have dropped 4 in a row. And the Rangers have lost 6 of 7 as they drop a 5-1 decision to the Calgary Flames. Pair of games around the NHL tonight. Ottawa at home to Boston. The Blues visit the Penguins. Game 3 of the World Series tonight. The series shifting to LA for 3 games with the Dodgers and Jays even at a game apiece. Tyler Glasnow starts for the Dodgers while Max Scherzer goes for the Jays. First pitch, 6 o'clock. Jordan Love passed for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Packers went on the road in Pittsburgh 35-25 over the Steelers. Week 8 will wrap up tonight as the Chiefs host the Commanders. Join me for this one at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge, Centric Casino, Fort Road. Loaded burgers on special, plus it'll be your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for two to see the Broncos face the Raiders in Las Vegas. On the hard court, Cooper Flagg had 22 points. The Mavs knocked off the Raptors 139-129. 11 games around the NBA tonight. The Raptors are back on the court Wednesday when they host the Rockets. Back over to hockey, the Oil Kings suffering a 3-2 defeat to the Hitmen yesterday. That drops them to 9-4-1-1 on the season. Oil Kings are back in action Wednesday when they visit the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Sports update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Looking for quality flooring? Visit Paramount Flooring's spacious, family-friendly showroom, open 7 days a week. Save now on pet-friendly Shaw carpet with spill-proof lifeguard technology. On sale until November 17th. Call 780-483-1991. Mention EST for 10% off.
It's such a special day. Bagpipes fired up and the nasty bash is underway. And we know that there's a special place where all the AM nasties can party for just a single day. We are just living the dream since leaving 1260. Beers at Fergie's place with that trash TV. The Elks did make us proud, and boy, it caused a scene. Cash J's play of the day, and everybody screamed, oh, it just had begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy was dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. Fergie's Rugby Club. Fireball shots and Corey B's wife's on the floor. Atif stuck in the bathroom and Tony changing beds outside the door. Big uke and a 6 o'clocker can. Dusty pours it on his head. Now he's a made man. Nelson had a crazy dream. Honey dill for him to eat. Christian from Winnipeg, you've been too good to he. Tread's grandma won't be proud, cause in his car he'd sleep. Tommy sees another girl, you know he's gonna scream. Oh, we just have begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy's dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. Fergie's Rugby Club.
All right, you can text us anytime. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio this morning at Popeyes right now. 3-piece bone-in chicken for just $8 at all Popeyes locations. All right, text messages continue to fly in. We'll try to sort through a few of those. We are diving into this 9 dogs, 9 beers. Yeah. 3 guys, 3 hours. Brewhouse dropped this off for us. Rick's getting into it pretty good. Brewhouse is throwing down the ultimate challenge. Gear up for Game 3 of the World Series with Canada's very own Blue Jays. It's your turn to step up to the plate. Try 9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings at your nearest brewhouse to see if you can go the distance.
Yeah, and I'm a Mariners fan.
We're almost tied right now, you and me. Right?
Oh, aren't we ever?
You've had more beer than I've had.
You've had a lot of ketchup, though. You're not going. Are you going down on the Heinz mustard, or you just?
No, I'm just a ketchup guy.
You're a ketchup guy.
I don't put anything else on a hot dog.
4 packs of mustard already. This is my first ketchup.
Ketchup and cheese.
Gotta switch it up a bit.
Pretty much it. I always feel like Dominic Toretto when I drink beer from a bottle. He always has Corona, and he always goes like this. He goes, "What's up, Spillner?" And he doesn't like put his lips around. He just like pours it into his mouth.
How do you drink? Okay.
Well, I'm like,
you don't suckle on it like a nipple, do you? Like, oh, you do. Yeah,
I do.
You wrap it around. Eh?
Yeah, like I know some people will pour like that.
No.
That's how Vin Diesel did it. Vin Diesel did this.
You purse the lips.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. That's what I do.
But you don't like put your top lip over the top.
Vin Diesel, no, like
you don't. Suck
Vin Diesel
the
like
bottle.
opens up his mouth and just pours it in like this. And then he goes, "Salut, ma famille." That's pretty much it. That's what I feel like when I drink from a beer bottle. Anyway, let's get into the Oilers' loss last night. Shall we go there?
All right.
I guess we'll do that. Hey.
Being a fan of the Oilers today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to have your say? It's the morning after show where we will talk about the game and let you know who you should blame. You want a show where you will know if the problems are still the same. You want a show every morning after the game. You want a show so people know if the problems are still the same. You want a show every morning after the game.
All right, it is your show the morning after the game. It's the Prolux Lighting Morning After Show. Simplifying lighting with service you can count on. Covering all of Alberta. We're talking way up to the north, all the way down to the south. Prolux.com. We will get you your Prolux Lighting bright light of the night as well. Edmonton Oilers, after dropping one in Seattle, go to Vancouver. Can't get it done against the Canucks. And it wasn't one of those cases where Demko had to steal one this time. 4-3 the final in overtime. The Oilers fought their way back into this game. Besser had his fourth in the first period. Pettersson on the power play, one-timer, his third of the year. In the second, Draisaitl on a pretty slick feed from Bouchard up the middle of the ice. Sherwood with his fifth of the year. Roslovic creates a turnover, snipes it. His first is the Oiler, probably his best game that he's played as a member of the Oilers. Then Draisaitl on the power play to tie it with about 5 minutes left. And then Kiefer Sherwood would go on and win it. Sherwood also had a goal called back
he was
in
buzzing.
this game. He was
credit to
he
him.
was
Like,
buzzing early.
Yeah.
You can notice early he was all around it. He now has 6 goals on the season for the Vancouver Canucks. 4-3 the final. The EST big moment that happened. What are you going with, buddy?
Well, Draisaitl tying it. I think getting to
just to get
an extra
a
frame.
point
You
out
get
of
a
here.
point.
800th career game for Leon.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll also take the Bouch, like 90-yard lob going deep. I mean, that was a good moment
if he can do that once every 10 games,
you
don't mind if he's minus 10 over the stretch.
Sure, yeah, it would paper over the cracks. But no, the moment is Draisaitl kind of getting the point there. 14:57 of the third, 7th of the season on the power play. And not a big moment, but a fun, dazzling moment, and one that would get a lot of people hard on a Sunday night was Bouchard going to Draisaitl deep there. That was it just looked aesthetically pleasing.
That's a big one for the Bouch supporters as well. Like, see, that's why so Jamie McLennan texted me yesterday, and he's like, they should scratch Bouchard tonight. Like, Noodles is incensed with the play of Bouch. He'll join us tomorrow, actually. He was texting me because he needed to flip again.
He needed to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Button's
we
like,
got to keep track of this ever-evolving tale.
right now it's Noodles needing to flip twice, Button just once.
Okay.
So he texted me, like, Noodles texted me yesterday, and he's just like, hey, I have to be flying, but can you can we make the switch? I was like, yeah, we can do that. Then look at this text chat. The gray is noodles. It's all about Boosh. Look at this. Look at this. Unhinged.
Yeah, he kind of.
He was furious.
He had to vent a bit.
Noodles was furious. He never texted me that. We've known each other for years. He's never texted me that
like
much.
this. Yeah.
I was just like, it's okay. Like, even I'm like, it's okay, man. Like, it's all right. It's a better start as a team than we'd seen over the last few years, I guess. Trev, what'd you think of this one last night? You're not down in the dumps. You're not like dead to the world this morning. I thought you'd be a little bit sadder after a couple of losses this weekend.
I'm disappointed.
Yes.
I'm disappointed. No, like I just know that this is what this team is. And so I've kind of
for now or what this team is.
Well, like McDavid and Draisaitl, just the slow start. Like I'm seeing it, I'm scrolling online and people are like, you got to stop, being hard on your team. The Oilers, this is just who they are. And then it doesn't really matter. Regular season, it doesn't matter because you look at what they do in the playoffs. So I'm trying to make sense of that while still holding on to the fact that they should be a good team to man, it's frustrating is what I'm getting at, man. Like you have all this talent. I was so big. I really was. Like, I know they're coming off the Habs game. A lot of people saying, oh, no, the refs won this one for them, even though the Habs players are saying that. But I didn't believe it. I was like, no, this was a spark. Like, the
refs definitely helped.
I mean, they helped. They did. They did.
I was glad I was not in the next morning.
The Oilers took advantage of it, though, at least, right? And in the last 10 minutes of that game, they finally had lines and Knobloch came out.
You thought that was it, hey? Like
he's like, no, like starting next game.
He said, right? We played the audio Friday morning. He said, he promised.
Yeah, and
he said that McDavid and Draisaitl would be apart, right? Is that what the promise was?
The lines.
Well, no, he said the lines, how they finished that game, that's how they will be.
We thought finally we'd get some traction.
Kraken. Like that's how he's going to start.
Just against the Kraken, though.
Well,
he didn't say that specifically.
But he said, like...
I'll say this. If you guys thought he meant moving forward, you're suckers.
Well, the fans took the bait, and we all were like, okay, because you were looking for something.
I'm not a fool.
Okay, well, I'm a sucker then. And I will not lie. Like, I was so pumped for this weekend. I really, really... Man, I just had a gut feeling this was going to be great, and I was just let down so much. Like, that was boring hockey. Again, uninspired. It was just... tough, man. Like Seattle. And then you go in Vancouver. Last time they played them, it was by far their best game of the year. So I'm like holding on to that. Like, nah, the one team that the Oilers got up for. And then they didn't at all. Like they were shuffling the lines. I will say Roslovic, that was by far
his best game. I mean, now it's not like he had to surpass a bunch of other great games.
No.
But that was the first time you're like, oh, he could maybe factor in for this team.
Yeah. And then Leo, he's really starting to get going, I think. Draisaitl, I feel like for sure, like this is what you kind of saw last year. Like he's involved. He's very involved. But I mean, McDavid, man, it all kind of starts with McDavid. I think he's been brutal.
No shot attempts.
He has
against
been
Seattle.
Brutal.
Yeah.
No shot. The first six time that's happened in
his whole career, 6 times ever, no shot attempts.
So. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Just disappointing.
All right, super stat of the night from last night. What are you going with, Rick?
Well, Roslovic's first goal
and an assist last night.
I mean, again, for a night like it was last night, I mean, you can point to Draisaitl getting a pair too. I mean, that certainly did help. The Bouchard assist was a hell of an assist, even though Strummy.
Look, but Strummy makes...
I get it.
Whereas, and you can text us at 780-218-9999. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Strummy texts messages in the nasty chat and says, it was a nice pass, but calm down. It's a straight pass up the ice. Guys go around the league and do that all the time while also playing defense.
I didn't say it was a rare pass. I just said in the moment
it was a nice pass.
It was a nice pass.
Yeah.
Now we're not gonna crown his ass because I mean. A lot of room to go
Bruce
here.
Is who we thought he was.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can call the play. So, but to answer your question, Roslovic with the goal, Frederick had 8 hits.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to do anything else.
But you're talking about bars and like surpassing them and not so high. I mean, I thought, he was maybe a little noticeable given that stat as well. But I'll go with Roslovic. He had the goal to open his account plus an assist, 4 shots leading the forward group as well. So
I think that's the answer. Yeah. I think you might be coming back to Roslovic in a second too.
Yes.
The 3 stars of the game, Sherwood, who was the best player on the ice last night. What was up with Ekholm? How do you get walked?
Well, you might be coming back to him in a second as well, maybe.
My goodness, that seemed so un-Ekholm-ish. Like, have we seen him get walked like that since he's been an Edmonton Oiler?
The only other play that I can think of is last year in the final when Brad Marchand went around him. Pretty good.
Yeah, but at least he kind of put it through him and then kind of went like,
yeah.
This he just turned his feet and got walked. Like, anyway, Sherwood was the first star. Draisaitl the second star. Brock Besser with a goal and a couple assists, the third star of the game. Who was the fourth star of the game?
He's just moaning.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I'm happy I have this beer today and the hot dogs for sure. But the beer really helps. The 3 brewskis help.
And 3 hot dogs.
Yes. That'll make me feel good.
Cushion the pain.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who's your fourth star?
Roslovic.
Yeah, I think so.
With a bullet. Yeah. I unexplanatory. I explained it to you.
Yeah, we already laid it out.
You got the line. Yeah.
38th star of the game. Ekholm just looks so bad on that one that I don't know if we've ever made him the 38th star ever since he's been a member of the Edmonton Oilers.
There have been some showings where
There might have been guys who had less of an impact, but that one was so glaring. Yeah. I guess I'll hang that one on Matthias Ekholm. Your Prolux lighting, bright light of the night.
Wallman did have zeros across the board too in a rarity type of event.
Yeah, and they had nothing last night. No shots, no blocks, no hits, no giveaways, no takeaways. Yeah, that's really well. And they had those two guys together.
Yeah,
maybe it doesn't work. The Prolux lighting, bright light of the night. Do we go with Roslovic? Having his like first good game as a member of the Edmonton Oilers.
Frederick as well. I mean,
yeah, 8 hits is good. Well, look, we had to make a call on it. We got to pick one or the other. Roslovic, okay. Branko and the crew over at Prolux, they're keeping track of this. Mark it down. Prolux lighting, bright light of the night. Roslovic with a goal and an assist. The morning after show brought to you by Prolux Lighting, simplifying lighting. This with service you can count on. They're the best in the biz. Covering all of Alberta. Visit Prolux.com. All right, let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend as you're almost finished off that second dog, eh? And he takes it down. Trev, you go first with your good from the weekend. Let Eric finish this.
Yeah. I can do that.
I can tell you right now, Rick, I don't think you could do 9 and 9.
Look at me go.
I don't think you could do it.
I'm a machine.
Trev, what's your good from the weekend?
Man, I don't know if anyone, the 9 and 9 is, I feel like everyone said, oh, I can do it, but.
Well, that's what everybody. That being said, Awanik could probably do the dogs. That guy's got a stomach. It's cavernous.
No way
he seemed like the 40 ounce.
But the 9 beers, I don't know if Maddie could take down 9 beers in 9 innings.
Yeah. Okay, well, with my good, I'll start it off. It's got to be probably Friday night. How good it was. The tailgate, just awesome as a whole. This whole summer was just unreal, man. Met so many amazing nasties. Got to meet a Bootski for the first time on Friday, which was cool.
Did you? He's a nice guy, isn't he?
Just so nice. Yeah, absolutely. There was a Chris there. I want to say, was it Duck Dad?
There must have been a Sean, because Sean.
Yeah, there's
you got to
Sean.
Meet Duck Dad?
Oh, was it Duck Dad?
Duck Dad?
I know it was someone. I'm butchering names. I always am like, I'm going to remember the names, and I always
Dave
forget.
from Section T was there.
Dave, he was
dressed up as punter.
I got a photo with him. So, yeah, that was awesome. Tailgate, man, it was just great. So, another great season. And then Friday night, obviously, I got to watch the Jays as well.
Yeah.
Just unreal. Man, I was watching that game. I'm like, no way. The Barger Grand Slam.
Yeah.
I was like, no way. Like, what is happening? Like, it was just insane. Vibes were so high, and then right after Alejandro Kirk, I was like, I'm not living right now. This is like, what is this? Like, it was incredible, man. So really fun sporting night, and just a great night as a whole.
Yeah, my good Friday night calling that Elks game, and our lighting guy up in the booth, he kept tapping me on the shoulder and being like, in that inning, tapping me on the shoulder, he's like, 3 runs. I'm like, 3 runs in 1 inning? This is crazy. And then I keep calling the game, and then he's popping around suits on the other side, like, look at me going, 6 runs. I was like, 6 runs in 1 inning? I guess that was nuts. I wish I could have been sitting at home with my family watching that inning. I texted Tam at halftime. I said, I sure hope you and the kids were watching that Jays game and not the game I'm doing on TV right now. And she's like, we watched that inning. They were losing their mind. So yeah. I got to go with that 9-run inning. How could anything from the weekend top that, man? That was cool. What's your good?
Yeah, well, I would agree. It's the tailgate. This was only my second of the season, to which I'm very disappointed in that return. But getting out to the final one, Told you before we hit the air, it's a shame that the game didn't mean anything in terms of playoff because the weather was spectacular.
Still a good buzz at that tailgate,
a football
though.
game this late in the season. I mean, you were blessed with some good weather. So tailgate was good. Again, I didn't make my way into the game because I tailgated for an hour after the tailgate was supposed to end, which was equally as good. Jerry Hiraxi, Spirit of Edmonton, always taking care. Of course, YouTube Trev and Benny at the EST tent.
They were having a great time.
Jason and Andrea were displaying their chili cook-off trophy win, which the trophy is taller than Andrea
I didn't know
herself.
they won that trophy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a huge trophy. Some good chicken thighs there. VR Montenegro, his wife Ginger. We had a good chat throughout the evening. And then I hit up the Whiskey Club with the Turf District near the end. Kayla came and got me. We all go over there, have a little... Well, not a little, but a shot of the Glenfiddich.
Yeah.
So we take that down. It was good. Lots of great people. And again, last game of the season with the Jays game going on, you're thinking to yourself, well, it's probably not going to... People turned up and people show up. So, again, as I professed over the years, this team hasn't been good on the field. The tailgate, though, is undefeated. When this team gets good on the field...
Oh, that tailgate's going to another level, man.
And again, for everything happening Friday with the Jays game, with the Elks out of it, the fact the tailgate was turned up that well, testament to how it's going to be. So, good on the Elks for finishing the season to where they were, as I've said. Discussing them in a playoff type of theme this late as well, I think is a win, and that's something to build off moving forward.
Trev, what's your bad from the weekend?
Yeah, I'm trying real hard to make this. How can I word this to make it bad? Because I think it's kind of funny. But over the weekend, Alex Tuck got I wouldn't say sucker punched, but
he got punched right in the face.
He was not expecting it. And do I think it was a bad punch? No, but I'm more looking at it for it's bad for him. Like if you were on the receiving end of that, boy, where you're kind of going into a scuffle and you're like, what are you just laid out my teammate, and then boom, you wake up, you're just like Tweety Bird's like, oh, who knows? He could have his family in attendance for that one, his wife and kids. It's like, oh, so.
Yeah, imagine being the kid and you watch your dad just get punched right in the face like that.
That's my
Yeah,
daddy.
even that kid's like, Dad, you got to protect yourself.
That's my daddy.
Yeah. Let's go home, mommy.
So I guess just the dignity of Alex Tuck, maybe a little bad from the weekend after getting punched pretty hard from McCabe.
My bad was I'm gonna loop Huss in on this. So Huss went to game 2. He texted me Friday morning with the ticket. He's like, I decided to make an executive decision. I'm going to game 2. So I'm at the airport flying to Regina Saturday morning, and there were Air Canada flight to Toronto, WestJet flight to Toronto, just Jays jerseys everywhere. Canada's team, you could say.
Yeah.
And my bad is all of those people who paid, I don't even want to know how much for a ticket.
No.
Fly all the way out there. Have this buzz from game 1 thinking that you're going to get something similar. And then Yamamoto just straight up rips your heart out of your chest and you come home with your tail between, that's your big moment. You decide to go to game 2. You weren't at game 1, but look what happened in game 1. The highs of game 1 to then traveling across the country to be at game 2, that had to suck.
We talked about this. What would you pay for a Jays ticket, right? And the risk is too much. It's too much for the price point.
If I knew I was going to get game 1, there would be no max.
Oh, I know, but you don't know the
risk of what happens in game 2.
And I couldn't put up that much money to have
the possibility of having your heart broken.
Because again, like other sports like football or hockey, it's a lot more kind of, shall we say, fast-moving and live.
Yeah.
Baseball can just, and the way Yamamoto just kind of slowly drained the venom out of you.
Ruin the entire place.
There's nothing, it's not like you lost on a last play, something like this, or an overtime goal where it's like, okay, it's just you had nothing to go for.
You knew with 3 innings left.
Right.
They're not getting this guy tonight.
Totally dejecting.
What's your bad from the weekend, buddy?
Let's copy the Oilers. 1 point of a possible 4. And coming off the buzz, and I know you weren't here Friday, but I think there was a buzz, Trev, after that Habs game, I think.
Yes, there was a buzz.
Yes, people were talking. I mean, it was the classic all-Canadiana team or matchup down at Rogers Place. So the fans were into it. People thought that this was a turning point and a corner turned. I know the official point of view, but we were long past that. But then to go in the week and get 1 point from a possible 4, and credit to Seattle, and I think credit to Vancouver as well. I mean, I know we talk Oilers here heavily, but those 2 teams wanted it as well. But 1 point out of 4 over the weekend back-to-back, that's bad.
Trev, you're ugly.
Yeah, kind of the same sense for you, Dusty. You know, you go to a sporting event and you want whatever you're going to see to deliver. UFC 321 heavyweight bout was ruled a no contest after Surreal Gone. He eye-poked the champ, Tom Aspinall. Would have been his first fight in over a year. And, I mean, it was pretty ugly. I know a lot of the fans, that was the fight, right? You go to wait. That was the fight. So it was tough. And as far as the eye poke goes, man, it was a double. 2 eyes, or 2 fingers and 2 eyes, man. It was really ugly.
Accidental. Obviously.
Yeah, it was accidental.
Like, was he reaching out? I didn't see it. Was he reaching out?
Reaching out, but I mean, both fingers just, especially
both
the one.
fingers, both eyes.
Yeah, man, like it got deep. The one like got right in there. And
were his eyes bleeding?
No, they were not bleeding, but he was like, I can't see anything. I can't. And I know a lot of people were saying like, oh, come on, it's not an injury. Like you got to fight through it. He's like, I can't see. And so, got ruled a no contest in the first round. And that's why it's annoying. Like 3 minutes in, done.
That sucks for those people.
Yeah.
Who went to that,
that was ugly. That sucks.
My ugly, the Steelers jerseys last night. I don't know if I need to say anything else about them. Those might have been some of the worst jerseys I've ever seen. It looked like they're from a Transformers cartoon or something. Yeah, they were, like that yellow, mustard yellow. Those were legitimately ugly, like just straight up. Ugly jersey. I've seen a lot of jerseys in my day, but those ones were ugly. What are you going with for your ugly, buddy?
Cam Scadaboo's ankle.
Oh, I don't want to see that again. Yeah,
he would have played though.
You know what's tough?
He would have kept playing.
The first thing I thought about when I saw the Scadaboo ankle thing is I'm a sicko. But I was offered Tyrone Tracy Jr. in a trade last week, and I didn't take it. And when I saw that ankle, I was like, oh, man, I should have taken that trade. I feel awful. I'm the ugly today, everybody. I'm the ugly right now. That's going to do it for the 6 o'clock hour of the show. It's been brought to you by Ewell, as it is every single day.
Ewell, your partner in power.
All right, one last conch at the 6 o'clock hour for Norm and a combine.
Yeah.
All right, Darren Dreger on the other side of 7 o'clock. He'll be our GS Construction Hockey Insider today, joining us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. We are continuing the 9 dogs, 9 beers challenge, but it's 3 of us, and we're working our way through these from the Canadian Brewhouse.
Are we ever?
You've got 3/4 of a dog left.
Yeah.
I've got 1 dog left. Trev, what's your progress like?
Oh, I've got 1.5 left.
1.5 left. All right. We've got Darren Dreger coming up. Play Alberta Early Bird Bet of the Day. That's a good. And then Mike Tanier from the 2 Deep Zone, all on the way in hour number 2. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Whoa. Sports update brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton. Start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834. Norman a Combine actually added me to the Facebook group for the resort we're staying at when we go to Mexico.
Oh.
So I've been seeing a bunch of details on it. Everything gets me more excited.
Okay.
Say it takes about 40 minutes to go around the lazy river. And then you're back at the beginning again, grab another drink, 40 more minutes around the lazy river.
Oh, the time will fly by.
We're going to Mexico February 22nd to March 1st. Few spots may be still available. I don't know. It might be sold out, but you should probably check with Chelsea here. 780-970-4834. Here's the update. Dreger coming up.
Oilers fall in overtime to the Canucks 4-3. Your final, Kiefer Sherwood's second of the game would stand as the overtime winner. Leon Draisaitl had a pair for the Oilers, while Jack Roslovic scored his first as an Oiler, also adding an assist. Calvin Pickard stopped 23 of 27 shots faced. Oilers are back home tomorrow to host the Utah Mammoth. Elsewhere yesterday, the Mammoth picked up their 7th straight win, 3-2 over the Winnipeg Jets. Kings 3-1 over the Blackhawks. It was the Lightning over the Golden Knights 2-1 in overtime. Dallas scoring 3 unanswered to defeat Nashville 3-2. Devils have won 8 straight following a 4-3 overtime victory against Colorado. The Avalanche have dropped 4 in a row. And the Rangers' struggles continue. They've lost 6 of 7 following a 5-1 defeat in Calgary. Pair of games on tonight's schedule as the Penguins host the Blues while the Bruins visit the Senators. Game 3 of the World Series tonight as the series shifts to LA for 3 games, with the Dodgers and Jays even at a game apiece. Tyler Glasnow starts for the Dodgers, while Max Scherzer will get the call for the Jays' first pitch at 6. Student beating the Master last night as Jordan Love passed for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. Packers winning on the road in Pittsburgh 35-25 against the Steelers. Week 8 will wrap up tonight when the Chiefs host the Commanders. Join me for this one at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. Loaded burgers on special, plus you could qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to see the Broncos face the Raiders in Vegas. Cooper Flagg had 22 points as the Mavs dropped the Raptors 139-129. 11 games in the NBA tonight. The Raptors are back in the court Wednesday when they host Houston. And back over to hockey, where the Oil Kings now 9-4-1-1 on the season following a 3-2 defeat to the Hitmen. Oil Kings back in action. They're in Lethbridge to take on the Hurricanes Wednesday at 7. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. There's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats like Wyshynski and Noodles. Captain can gauge it. Maybe it's fun but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat up the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about Randy Canes? Macramella, Rapaport, Dreger and Tanier. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about him here in person, Dusty go forth. What say you? AM Nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
It is the Nielson Show kicking off another day here at Edmonton Sports Talk. We'll be live all the way up until 6 o'clock tonight on TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Edmonton Sports Talk presented to you by Play Alberta. Download the new Play Alberta app today. It is improved and they've got boosted odds for every single Oilers game. You can find that at Play Alberta. Nielson Show today and every day, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
You want to save 25% on a furnace and air conditioning unit package together? Then you do it. WJSportsTalk.com. Dennis and the team over at Weiss Johnson waiting to help you out. Make your home comfortable for all season. 7 o'clock hour, the Nielson Show is brought to you by Game Sense. We're going to dive into that a little bit more. We'll have we'll put something together for this Monday nighter coming up with our partners over at Play Alberta as well around 7:25. Mike Tanier is going to help us recap everything in the National Football League yesterday. He'll be by around 7:45 today, and we'll get to That's So Good coming up around 7:30 for our partners at the Italian Center. We've got our GS Construction hockey insider, Darren Dreger, about to join us. GS Construction looking for experienced pipe layers, operators, top men, superintendents. Visit gsconstruction.ca today. GS Construction, serving your community for over 50 years. Dregs joins us on our Firehouse hotline this morning. And I do believe that the Canadian Brewhouse is partners of the Ray and Dregs podcast as well, so we can fill Dregs in here. Dregs, so the Brewhouse today dropped off 9 hot dogs and 9 beers because they're doing this 9 dogs, 9 beers. Don't laugh at us, Dregs. Don't laugh at us. So we are, now there's 3 of us, so we each have to just take down 3 dogs and 3 beers during the show today. We have 3 hours to do it. Eric's got half a dog left. I've got about 3/4 of a dog left. Trev's got about a dog left. Beers are going down okay. But do you think if you sat down at a game, you could do 9 beers, 9 dogs, and 9 innings?
Yes.
Really? Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I was too quick and too confident. The 9 dogs would push it to the limit. I feel like I'm maybe 5'6".
Yeah.
9 beers, no problem. In 9 innings? Come on.
Yeah, 9 beers, 9 innings.
The 9 beers.
It's just, the beers, I sort of just assume, I think I've probably had 9 beers at a baseball game anyway in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the dogs are really going to kill you.
Depending on the dog.
Yeah, this is a good-sized dog. They're not cheating with these hot dogs. Like they're...
Well, are we talking bottle beers? Because there's a difference. When you go to the ball game, you get those.
If you're just drinking a regular can,
we're doing bottles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. But I'm thinking, you go to a Major League Baseball park, normally you get those ginormous cans that cost you like $32, right?
Or a huge
9 of those
draft beer, like a big one. They have 9 drafts.
That's no good.
I don't know about that. Man, you took back that yes right away, eh?
Only at the 9 dogs.
Yeah.
It's not that I have a problem, but literally I'm late to the party here, so I'm impressed with you two guys.
Don't be. we're pushing through this. I wouldn't be overly proud of us right now, but we're gonna get it done. All right, that was funny. Could you do it? Yes. 2 seconds later, no. I don't know if I could. All right, Drakes. So the Oilers, they're 500 right now, 4-4-2.
Great start.
That's better than previous starts. But I watched this team and I question: do they have the upside that the teams had the previous years? And I guess that is still to be determined, but they lose in Seattle. They drop one in overtime last night to Vancouver. And overall, that's not a good enough weekend.
No, I always slip to the side of the positive, and that's not necessarily with Edmonton. That's giving Vancouver, as an example, a little bit more credit. If you watch that game, which you guys did, that Canucks team facing adversity with Quinn Hughes, on the sidelines, they play hard. They play the right way. At least they are to this point of the regular season. Adam Foote appears to have found a way to get into the game of Elias Pettersson, and Elias Pettersson is arguably playing his best. And now you judge that and you go, okay, well, is that true? I mean, he's not collecting point after point. No, I'm saying his overall game is as good as we've seen it. So there is something to be said about that in terms of who you're playing. And it's common sense that any team the Oilers face is looking at playing Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, the Oilers en masse as a measurement type of game, right? I mean, this club has gone deep in back-to-back years. They're built to win, all of those things. But I also think that there's something that should be acknowledged in that how long the regular season is. Fans may not want to hear that, like it, and probably just push it away as an excuse. But if you're McDavid and company, of course, you're built to win. But you're looking at 82 games and you're going, all right, like that's a marathon plus. When you've gone as deep as they have in the last few years. So I don't know. I know that sounds like not much because the fans pay what they pay to go to the games. Not much has changed in terms of the roster. Guys have come in, guys have gone out, but the roster itself hasn't really been adjusted. I don't know that you could build a sound case that this Oilers team is better than the one a year ago or the year before that. So I just think it's part of what a real long season is measured in. And the first 20 games for a lot of clubs can be a real challenge.
Coming off, that game Thursday against the Habs was electric. It was a throwback of sorts. I mean, it was wild. You get those two Canadian markets in the same building.
Yeah.
Things such as that. I know the officials kind of popped up in the conversation as well. But coming off that, there was a loose kind of quote by Chris Knobloch and about kind of, these are the lines we'll see, and we'll kind of stick with some sort of what we saw to finish that game. Are Oilers fans just going to have to get used to now the fact that Chris Knobloch just changes things up, and maybe that is the reality when it comes to this team? And kind of a one beat of this question, if you were to identify and describe to somebody new to hockey, what the Oilers' identity this season is, how would you go about defining that?
Well, I would probably define it the same as we have the last handful of years. And that's, all right, it's McDavid, it's Draisaitl. So it has to start, and often it ends with the highest level of skill. I do think that, the Oilers are in a large way missing the influence of Zach Hyman. And that's pretty obvious. But, not just based on what he contributes, but it's how he plays the game and the fact that he drags players into the fight. Now, I know that's cliche, but that's true when you think of the game that Hyman brings along. So I do think that when he's healthy in the near future and back into the mix, that there is going to be a change, maybe even a significant change. And look around the league, guys. Coaches are more and more now apt to not be patient. No. Get into their chemistry skills and let's just figure it out. I think the Maple Leafs and, look, Toronto, of course, loses Mitch Marner, who goes to the Vegas Golden Knights, and they've been auditioning that wing with Nyes and Matthews, and it doesn't work. Okay, well, let's try something completely different. At the end of the day, I think that's what coaching is all about. You can't wait 20 games, as we've established here. You've got to do what you can do to inject something in game. And the other issue, and I don't have the data in front of me, maybe the Oilers are a better second period team than I'm about to lump them in with. But I'm looking around and I'm seeing Winnipeg, I'm seeing Toronto, I'm seeing all of these really good teams struggle in that second period. They start the game on time, but then they almost take their foot off the pedal a little bit. And none of the coaches that I've talked to have a real good answer for why that is, other than you start the way you're supposed to start. You're like, okay, well, it's a long game, so let's just see how things go. You can't do that anymore, again, because of the parity. So to get back to your point, what do you do as a coaching staff? Well, when you're top end heavy like Edmonton is, and it's not going, you've got to try and throw something in the mix. With Toronto against Buffalo on Saturday, it was Nick Robertson, who comes out of the press box and onto the top line and finds a way to be a difference maker. It's just something different, and just a coaching staff that's just going, all right, well, let's see if this works. And if it does, then we'll go with that for half a period. And if it doesn't, we'll try something else.
It's funny with the whole let's see if this works thing, because I think most fans would probably agree with me in that Bouchard and Nurse probably were the farthest away from reaching expectations early in the season, considering you're paying them $20 million. Knobloch decided to put them together last night. That's kind of a sink or swim for both of you type of idea, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. But again, I wonder how those decisions are made. And I'm not questioning Chris Knobloch at all here. But, through the early goings of training camp, McDavid was flanked by young pieces until he wasn't. Well, how does that happen? Does the light just go off and Chris Knobloch goes, okay, well, that's not going to work. So I better put Leon and Connor together and let's just try the nuclear option and go with that. Well, probably there's a conversation with McDavid, right? And now you look at defense. And again, not questioning the staff, but we know the influence of Paul Coffey. And it's been largely a huge influence, positive influence. So collectively, how does the staff make a decision like that? Like who says, geez, I think, Darnell and Evan Bouchard are a pairing that is going to work for us. Somebody's got to say, let's try it and see how it goes. Maybe they find a way, even for a short window of time, to bring out the best in each other.
Dreger, the Oilers are back home to host the Utah Mammoth tomorrow, and much to the chagrin of hockey fans down in the desert.
The first place in the division, Utah Mammoth.
But and it's not even. 3-2 against the Jets. They've beaten some, overtime against the Avs. They've had some good games. What can you tell us about a little scout on the Mammoth and what to expect from them heading into Tuesday?
Well, they play hard. There's no doubt about that. And they've got a real nice balance between, veteran leadership and young guys who are coming into their own. You probably saw the Dylan Gunther goal, right? And this kid can just flat out play. Their goaltending has been really, really solid. Defensively, they're strong. So maybe it's just a combination of things. A team that's kind of coming into their own. I can tell you going into the offseason, there was expectation of change. Change at just about every level. Is the general manager going to be back? What about the coach? Are they going to stick with this guy? Are they going to make a change there? What about the roster? All of those things. And, I would argue that Bill Armstrong has made some pretty significant changes to that team in the last 3 years, right? Well, last couple of years anyway. And we know that they've got full support from their ownership. So maybe it's just a simple case of pieces of that puzzle falling into place. But, again, watching a bit of that game and then reading the comments from Scott Arniel, the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, I think he was more frustrated with his own club than he was throwing flowers at Utah. But, they've won 7 straight games. That's no joke. When you look at the parities we've established around the NHL, you got to be prepared. The coaches are doing their job to prep you for whatever game it is. And beating the Winnipeg Jets in overtime, that's not an easy thing to do. So Edmonton had better be ready.
Drags, as always, man, we appreciate the time. The next Ray and Drags comes out when?
Tuesday, Thursday. Yeah, we're on a bit of a rhythm roll here. Tuesday, Thursday. When Ray is traveling to the east, we get that thing put to rest pretty quickly. Yeah. Although Ryan Rashog of Reb Media, he sent a lob into the Ray and Dregs group chat. And it was a fair and just simple question. Tuesday, Thursday, good for you guys this week? And he just got a bullet from Ferraro, who was working the game last night and didn't want to be bothered. So
we went into that transit conversation with him on Wednesday, and he was very
defensive.
He was very defensive about it, man. Very defensive about it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there were 2 responses to his question. One was from Ray, basically saying, I'm working, you clown. And then, of course, I had to respond with a clown emoji. That's what we do. And then Ryan just fully turtled like one of his 6 games in the Western Hockey League back in the day with the Kamloops Blazers.
Good stuff, Dregs. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, guys, thank you.
How about that? Clip it. 6 games in the Western Hockey League.
Eases it in there, eh?
Oh, that is funny. Dregs joined us on our Firehouse Subs hotline with 15 Firehouse Subs locations across Edmonton in the greater area. It's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. Nielson family actually had Firehouse for dinner last night. There's a location on 127th. Marshall had a hockey game at Castle Downs Arena at 5:00, so we hit that place after the game last night. Marsh had a goal again. He was pretty excited.
What were the
Scored a
sandwiches?
nice goal, actually. Did that Selly where he tucks his stick. He was very fired up. Yeah, Muzz had a couple goals yesterday. Marsh had a goal. Had an interception of flag football, too. She was pretty excited about it. Did you see my interception? I was like, I did see your interception. That was good, buddy. So, yeah, it was a good day for the Nielsen kids yesterday. They had a lot of fun, and then they wrapped up the day with some Firehouse. All right, it is the Nielsen Show. We are brought to you by Weiss Johnson. We're going to dive into an early bird bet. We're going to put something together for this Monday Nighter here in just a second. There we go, Trev. On to another one, eh?
Get eaten.
We are doing the 9 beers, 9 dogs. Brewhouse dropped this all off today. Go to the Brewhouse tonight, any Brewhouse location, 9 beers, 9 dogs during the Blue Jays game tonight, game 3. We are sharing the task. 3 beers, 3 dogs, 3 guys, 3 hours. And you're starting to slow down a little bit, Rick.
Well, they're getting colder.
Starting to slow down. I reheated my third one.
They're getting more soggy. The bun's getting a lot more wet now that it gets cold.
The last time I was this dense was also courteous of the brew house at the chili cook-off.
Oh, yeah.
Also did
Those
some
dogs
damage.
are going down good for you, eh? Yeah.
They're going down
Yeah,
good. They taste
good.
good,
They're
but
going
I
down
am
good.
full. I am full. I'm dense.
They were at the chili cook-off. I mean, I can't believe Dregs right away. Could you do it? Yep. Really? No, probably not. Instantly turned. I think you're getting in a little bit if you're just one of those guys or girls who says that 100%, oh yeah, 9 dogs, 9 beers, no problem.
If I had 9, like Dairy Queen, like the thinnest wiener.
Like small little dogs.
These aren't small. Like these
No,
are.
this is
a good
equivalent
dog.
of
This
2
ain't
hot
a
dogs
smoky,
here.
but this is good.
Yeah.
But if you have those with like a can of Bud Light, you could go extra innings.
You mean you would need, you're saying you could do 11 in 11 innings type of thing.
You could fold those hot dogs in half and take it down in a bite. Man, a can of Bud Light is easy.
Starting to get a little full. I didn't think 2.5 dogs is kind of fill me up. Then you mix in the beers.
Well, the regular Bud, that's a rice beer.
I've been getting the lights.
No.
I'm on my second Bud Light. I guess I'll have a regular Budweiser when we're done. I think I'm getting full because we're drinking out of a bottle. That must be it. Mm-hmm. Right? As opposed to the can or the hot dogs. It's the bottle drinking that got us today. You know, the one thing that Dregs mentioned that I don't think we've talked about it enough with this hockey team right now. Trev, let me get your thoughts on this. Eric asked Dreger, and it's a good question for all of you listening right now. What is this team's identity 10 games into this year? And without Zach Hyman, do they really have one? Like, is Zach Hyman the guy that really sort of drives
It's a stupid
this
question because Dreger kind of, I mean, we all know what
It's not a stupid question,
but we all
though.
know what the identity is. But I was kind of like,
No, but-
you know what I mean? Which is, I don't think that's a good answer either.
Oh, but your identity can be 2 extremely talented guys and a bunch of other guys going through the motion, or your team can be 2 extremely talented guys and a guy like Zach Hyman who's busting his balls and setting examples every single
Sure,
night.
or like a forward pressing team or something that's exciting or something along those lines, like a descriptive to talk about.
It's not like somebody else has stepped up in his absence and become the Zach Hyman.
Like one word to describe the Oilers right now, maybe.
Blah.
Sure, milk toast. Somebody said.
That's 2 words.
Well, no, it's one. That's
Is milk toast one
with
word?
the Q. Milk toast.
What do you mean a Q?
Well, it's a
MILQ?
Trev.
What?
One word?
No. Yeah, one word. Yeah.
I mean, just I'd probably say disappointing.
Yeah, you were
I feel
disappointed.
like that's what I'm saying the most. But the identity of this team, I feel like they don't. It's pretty obvious they don't have one. And maybe it was like a week or 2 ago. I said that's when I started asking this. I was like, what do they need right now? I think now more than ever they need a voice in that locker room. And yeah, I mean, is that voice Zach Hyman? Maybe. Like, I definitely think he is a big voice.
Yeah, but that voice has to be Connor McDavid.
And seeing that's
You're the
thing.
captain of the bloody team.
And
Like,
that's the
come on.
thing, because growing up, when he was a rookie, he was the captain. He looked up to those, and I remember he was very vocal, and he talked about just the impact that Matt Hendricks had on the team and how much it was. Even though he wasn't playing, man, that guy was just a rock in the locker room. Like, he just knew what to say and when to say it. And McDavid's been pretty vocal of saying that he's not vocal. He's like, no, I let my play lead. That's always what I have done.
Yeah, but
I've
when your
never been-
play's not leading, maybe you need to use your voice.
And see, and that's the thing. Like, it's just he's now the vet, right? He should be that guy, but he isn't because he never was. Right? He never was that vocal guy, and I don't know if he ever will be. He probably won't. But when Connor and Leon, they were coming up, there was guys that filled that void, and right now they're like looking around. They're like, oh, you know what? Maybe and it's crazy to think that, but they're like, oh, we should probably be doing that now, and they should be.
He's a highly skilled player, but talking about his, as you mentioned,
not
he's
his
just
thing.
not naturally that guy, and that's okay. But it's weird when it's your captain in the face because everything takes.
Yeah, for sure. And like that's one thing. Like McKinnon, he's had that. Crosby, he's had that. And I remember when McDavid was named the captain of this team, they came out with Nuge, Eberle, and Lucic, and every player, Nuge, Lucic, and Eberle, they were all like, yeah, I know he doesn't really say much, if anything. He doesn't say, but he leads by his play on the ice, right? It's about damn time you start saying stuff. And that's why it was nice to see him absolutely lose it, dig in, everyone knows.
Right.
That was good. It was refreshing. I was like, I actually didn't think he had it in
Yeah,
him.
you're like seeing that passion at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So
Milk toast is timid, feeble, or bland.
Now, how's it spelled? Why is there a Q in there?
MILQUE and then toast. So it's one word. It's milk toast.
Oh,
Milk toast. It's
like milk toast intolerant.
same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. But that would be
So
bland.
What's MILQUE on its own?
Well, that's not. It's nothing on its own. It's just. It's a word.
This word makes no sense to me.
I know.
None.
It's a funny one.
None. It makes no sense. So milk, like toast, is its own word, but MILQUE isn't even its own word.
No, and it's not spelled MILK toast. It's not milk toast. It's
Usually a stupid word like that would originate from something.
North American
Like
English.
you putting two
Big
words
surprise.
together. That's unbelievable.
Look, they say this is one of the easiest languages to learn.
Well, they don't. They say it's the hardest. I like to imagine people who speak other languages doing Duolingo for our language.
Oh, that'd be a trip.
That's got to be crazy, doesn't it? All right, the 7 o'clock hour of the Nielson Show is brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. I don't know if I used my GameSense on these hot dogs today.
Sure didn't.
I got half a dog left, and it looks like Mount Everest to me right now. There is no chance I could do 9 and 9.
This butt is freezing cold.
Should have used my
Freezing
GameSense,
cold.
but I went and reheated a second time.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I tried to get through it.
We've got this, boys.
I know. We sound like wimps being like, oh, this third hot dog, but it fills you up.
Yeah.
We're doing it quickly. And
7:29
then,
in the morning for crying out loud.
yeah, that's the thing. Like at lunch, sometimes
you
at
didn't
dinner,
warn-
if I'm having
you
hot
didn't
dogs, I have
warn.
3 hot dogs for dinner.
I would have
These are
fasted
bigger dogs
last night if I had it. Like,
I should have given you guys a
no
heads
idea.
up.
gone through some calisthenics earlier today to kind of get my
But it was a
intestinal
fun
tract.
little surprise.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, let's get to your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. It's not up yet, but I have sent it over. They're going to throw it up here right away.
Go Jays.
Going to the Monday. No, I went to the Monday Nighter.
Canada's team.
No, but here's what I'm doing with it. It's an emotional hedge for my fantasy thing
I
tonight.
see what yeah.
We could do it. Let's do a Jays one too.
No. I know what you're putting down.
Rasheed Rice, right? I'm going up against him in fantasy tonight.
So this is personal.
So I know he's going to get a touchdown tonight because it's against me. You know how it is?
Yeah.
Like you're always, and I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. They're playing a Commanders team. No Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota game. I'm telling you, this is how this season has gone in this league. Rasheed Rice will score a touchdown tonight against my fantasy team. I promise you this. He's plus 116 to score a touchdown right now. I'm getting it boosted, and it'll be up on the EST specials page at our title sponsor, Play Alberta. I know it. It's happened all year. He's going to get a touchdown because I'm playing him in fantasy tonight. I don't want to say bet of the century, lock of the century, but I got a really bad feeling that he's going to score a touchdown tonight. So we might as well get on it with a little bit of a boost. You can find it on the EST specials page. Should be up shortly. They usually turn those things around pretty quickly. As for the Jays game tonight, what do we do here? Jays to win. Jays to win, Vladdy RBI?
You don't want to touch Scherzer, do you?
Nah, I'd rather just sit back and be amused by his intensity. You know what I mean? I don't want to. Let's see what the hits are at.
Yeah,
here.
Vladdy, yeah.
What about Alejandro for a hit?
But Bobo Bichette.
Let's go. Yeah, Bo's going to play game 3, right?
Yes.
I would think
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Jays win, Bo Bichette hit. We'll throw that up too. We'll go double early bird bet today. I'll get this one boosted as well.
Yeah. In the lineup.
All right, boosted. Jays money line, Bichette over 0.5 hits. Done. Also sent off. We'll have that up for you as well. All right, coming up next. That's a good. CFL regular season is in the books. We're going to discuss the Edmonton Elks. You know what? Over 500 at home. 5-4. First time since 2019. That
Dude,
sounds pretty good.
Again, the fact we were talking about them so late in the season, and then you look at some results that could have been.
Oh, man. They should have had 2 more.
So, but this is
literally
good.
gave away 2
For
wins.
step 1 of a building process, you got to be encouraged.
The problem is that it's step 1 for like the 6th year in a row. But with a whole new
you
group
have
this
to
time,
ignore
so,
the whole, yeah.
All right, let's get to a sports update right now. We'll have, that's good for the Italian Center on the other side. Let us know your thoughts on the Elks down the stretch. Does it give you faith heading into next season? Are you buying in to what Morris and Hervey and Killam are selling right now? Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. He is buying in. Visit them at 938 1st Street in Sherwood Park. Here's the update.
Oilers fall in overtime 4-3 to the Canucks out in Vancouver. Kiefer Sherwood, the overtime winner, his second of the game. Leon Draisaitl led of a pair for the Oilers, while Jack Roslovic scored his first as an Oiler. Deeper. Take it deep. I went through like 10 mustard packets. How much ketchup have you eaten? You must.
I got a garbage can full of ketchup over here.
Yeah, like screw the hot dogs. It's a lot of condiment. Kelvin Pickard stopped 23 of 27 shots faced in the loss. The Oilers are back home to host the high-flying Utah Mammoth tomorrow night as Utah have now won 7 straight following a 3-2 victory over the Jets. Kings over the Blackhawks 3-1. Tampa defeating Vegas 2-1 in overtime. Dallas would score 3 unanswered on way to a 3-2 victory over the Preds. Devils, they remain red hot. They've won 8 straight. They defeat the Avs 4-3 in overtime. Colorado have dropped 4 in a row. And the Rangers' struggles continue. They've lost 6 of 7 following a 5-1 defeat at the hands of the Flames. Pair of games tonight. Ottawa at home to Boston. St. Louis visit Pittsburgh. Game 3 of the World Series tonight as the series will shift to LA for 3 games with the Dodgers and Jays even at a game apiece. Tyler Glasnow starts for LA while Max Scherzer gets the call for Toronto. First pitch at 6. Jordan Love passed for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Packers would win on the road in Pittsburgh 35-25 over Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Week 8 will wrap up tonight. It's the Chiefs and Commanders from Arrowhead. Join me at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. We'll have loaded burgers on special, plus your chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to catch the Broncos and Raiders live from Las Vegas. Cooper Flagg had 22 points as the Mavericks knocked off the Raptors 139-129. 11 games around the association tonight. Raptors are back in action Wednesday when they host the Rockets. Back over to hockey, the Oil Kings fall 3-2 to the Hitmen, dropping them to 9-4-1-1 on the season. They're back on the ice Wednesday night down in Lethbridge. Puck drop at 7. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he eats 9 cheeseburgers and drinks 9 Ryan Cokes during a baseball game.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a figure skater. He wears like a white outfit and he does interpretive ice dances to my life's journey.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Live Road, parkmazda.ca.
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid, about 75 pounds on the basketball court against the neighborhood bully, kicking his behind left, right, and center.
I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire.
When it was all said and done, he was a little upset, so he punched me in the mouth.
You come to me, wild and wild.
My uncles were over on the side, observing, talking amongst themselves, adult things.
When you come to me,
when he punched me in my mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. And you know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back and he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle, looking for protection. Needed Big Brother to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eyes and I said, my uncle's not going to help me. And I punched him in the face. Then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you going to do?
you're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Stuck in your heart. I hang on every word you say.
Mr. Reed Pump Up song remix as done by Whale and the Wolf. Hey, beauties. Love those guys.
Great
Nielson
guy.
Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Eric and I have finished our hot dogs. We did 3 each. Trev still got 1 left. He's trying to get down.
We can do 3 more.
We're doing 9 dogs and 9 beers between the 3 of us in 3 hours for Game 3 of the World Series between the Jays and the Dodgers. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson today.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Those are big hot dogs. I know Joey Chestnut does like the smaller little dogs and he dips them in water. But after you're having 3 dogs in an hour and a half here, these bigger ones, that guy's disgusting. How do you do that? How do you eat 80 hot dogs that quickly? Like it's gross. Our early bird bet that we just placed is already up with Edmonton Sports Talk's title sponsor. Got it boosted from plus 116 to plus 126. Rashee Rice touchdown tonight. Because I know he's going to hurt me in fantasy. So you're going to cash in on that. Might as well. And then they're putting up the Jays to win and Bo Bichette with a hit tonight as well. That'll be available on the EST specials page. If you haven't used your free bet for the month of October yet, get it done this week. Use the codes EST50 and EST Sports, and you will win. You'll get a $50 free bet on a $50 deposit. Mike Tanier, 2 Deep Zone coming up. He's going to join us in about 6-7 minutes. Let's dive into that's good for the Italian Center. Not sure I'll be needing dinner later on tonight, but why not pop on by and treat the family to one of the old heat and serves tonight? Save yourself some time. It's going to be better than any dinner you were probably going to make at home anyway. So swing by Italian Center. Check out the Massimo Heat and Serve meals made fresh daily, ready for you to take home to heat and then serve. Get individual and family size. That's so good. Are you on your 3rd beer already too?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Oh, you're almost done. You're almost checked out of this thing then.
That last bite almost did me in.
That was tough.
That was real tough.
We had to
get
struggle
down.
through that. We did big bites.
You know when
at the
you
end.
chew too long and then it gets into like a mush and you don't even know what you've eaten at that point because it's just like stuff
Like a
in your
baby.
mouth again. Don't say that.
right.
Don't look at me and say that ever again.
Like a baby.
Like a baby.
All right, CFL regular season has come and gone. Highest scoring season they've had in almost 2 decades. So scoring is up in a big way this year. 50% of the games came down to the final 3 minutes, and a pretty good playoff picture is set up here, I think.
Yeah, the discussion lasted to the final week, which is nice. I know we've ended our fantasy leagues because teams usually rest guys and give.
Yeah.
But again, lots of stuff.
We are champions, both of us, in fantasy.
Yes, we are. Yeah, just a humble brag there. But lots of things to kind of deal with in that final week, which is also nice. I mean, it wasn't all kind of laid forth. So that's good. Toronto, Ottawa kind of missing out, but everybody else firmly in the mix. You mentioned scoring. I mean, the local team again. We're playing pre-playoffs here for about 3 weeks before they officially got eliminated. So I think that's, again, building off that, moving into the next few seasons. That's obviously a good sign. Above 500 at home, which is good as well, given the success of the tailgate. So a few results could have went their way, and they could have ran it really interesting in the West and with that crossover. But outside of that, I mean, looking right now, even taking your 2 top seeds, your 2 top dogs, and the Riders and the Ticats, I don't know if I would firmly insert them into the Grey Cup game as it stands, where some years you'd be really looking at those seeds and saying, yeah, it's just a matter of time before they...
Yeah, I think it's going to be Montreal coming out of the East.
Yes.
But after watching the Riders without a bunch of starters give the Lions all they could handle this week, that one's a coin flip to me. I'm not too sure. I was pretty in on BC. They've won 6 in a row going into the playoffs.
Yes.
But...
defense has been playing better, but I've always said I like the Riders matchup against the Lions way more than that one against the Stamps from a Saskatchewan point of view.
You do, eh? Yeah. So, I mean, here's the question I just want to throw there from that's good. Fans on the Elks, are you coming out of this season with a good vibe about this team? Right? They missed the playoffs again. They had the same amount of wins as last year. But they did go over 500 at home. Couple of massive crowds and good results in those games for Edmonton. You've got these pieces. Killen came out on the weekend and said he wants Cody Fajardo back. Probably spells the end of Trey Ford here in Edmonton. I'm not sure where he would pop up next.
He said Fajardo resonates better with him, which
those guys are on the same wavelength for sure. I could see that killer look in the eyes of both Cody and Mark. You've got this stud running back in Justin Rankin who signed for 2 more years. Ed Hervey, who we were hoping to have on in the third hour of the show today, we couldn't get it done, but we'll hopefully have him on tomorrow. I would think he has to make receiver a priority.
What does this team look like with a true 1A? And
well, that's the thing.
Fill in the blank with whatever name you want there. But I mean, they had a good complementary group.
Yeah.
But if you had a guy that could spell off Rankin,
I would love Dunbar as the 2.
Yeah.
If you have Dunbar as a 2, you're cooking.
Absolute.
But can they go out and find, I don't know, Tim White or somebody from one of these teams that has a bunch of receivers?
To match Rankin in terms of like great threat, then you've got a good triangle of Fajardo.
I wonder if there's a name in Saskatchewan that pops free. Like, I wish we knew.
Well, they certainly have an abundance, but I don't know which one you would kind of lean on.
That's like
would be tops of your wish list.
I'm talking from a free agency perspective. I'd love to see the list of upcoming free agent wide receivers so we can talk about this. But I think you should probably feel pretty good about where this team is at right now. Han Shortkoff says, my biggest concern is at quarterback. At least with a positive ending last year, we had hope at the position. Now we will look to a future with a quarterback who's considering retiring. Look, Cody has said he's going to talk with his family, but I'd be pretty surprised if he's not the number 1 quarterback to start next season.
He's healthy. He's not old.
Yeah.
Like
he's 33
he's not
years
a young
old
guy anymore. But if he can,
Cody's going to want to take a couple more years as a number 1 guy.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And he's in a position here where he's got a starter's job nailed down.
Yeah, if he was going to have to come back somewhere as a backup quarterback again, then maybe you call it quits and get on with your life. But I think when you've got the head coach being like, I want that guy back as my starting quarterback.
Pretty good at this
Cody
stage.
will be back.
Yeah.
He might have even just been saying a lot of those things because he's going to have some sort of negotiation with Hervey, right? So, I don't know. I think there's good vibes. Chris is in and says, I'm coming out of the season with good vibes. Doesn't mean that there isn't lots of changes that need to happen. First change should be the OC. And I'm not sold that Cody propels us much higher. I mean, you have to have some steadiness in the organization moving forward. They can't bring in Max Simic. Or maybe he's not saying change the OC, but maybe some changes with the OC.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't think you can bring in Max Simic for a year and then blow him out.
Yeah, and I think with Cody, too, you see him as not a quarterback of the future, but a gap filler.
Well, that's a problem. The issue is, how do you find the guy who's going to be here for 5-6 years?
That's up to management and scouting and all the rest, but I think Cody can right now keep you in play and make you competitive and give you a chance over the next little while.
If Trey is willing to rework his deal and stay, which I don't think he probably will be, but if he is, could he still be the guy in a couple of years?
See, but he's
like, do you want to delay that then to get to it, only to find out that it doesn't work?
He's not young. Like
he's 20. What is he? 26, 27?
Yeah. Like his experience is young, but his age isn't necessarily. It's not.
Yeah,
like
Cody Fajardo's only like 7 years old. I mean, 7's a long time, but it's not like he's 12 years older than Trey Ford.
We all talk like he's 22 years old, and it's not the case. But
they need to. To me, the priorities would be receiver.
Yes.
Followed by both sides of the line.
Yeah, improvements on the O-line.
Not like complete overhauls, but some additions in there. I do think O'Donnell full-time next year will help. And then I'd still try to get a veteran kicker. Nothing against Blanchard, but no, I mean, 82% ain't going to cut it, man. These guys, Sean White's 95% this year. Hauerlahu's 94% this year.
But the veteran kickers only come from playing, and there's only so many to go around.
But how many times can you?
I know,
leave points on the board because you're trying out a new young kicker. And Blanchard had his moment.
With him is he was
had
up
that
and down.
streak where he hit like 13 in a row.
The opening game, but then he went off, and then he.
I mean, it's receiver. It's both sides of the line. It's kicker.
There's work.
Linebackers, they should be good. I like their secondary. Those guys are only going to get better.
But you do have a coach now that's not a lame duck. And a guy that is well liked by the players, which is a good. It's a good selling point to prospective free agents.
Let's see what happens. I think a lot of the bigger dollars that they spent over the offseason didn't really work.
Yeah.
So have some of that money to spend again and see what ends up happening there. But overall, I thought down the stretch it was pretty. That's a good for the double E. All right, we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna head south of the border here. I don't know if I'll have time. Maybe I'll save it for Fired Up yesterday. Officiating in the Canadian Football League over the weekend wasn't that great.
My brother wanted to talk about that.
I think I saw that earlier. I got a few things to say about that.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't understand it. Not right now. We got some stuff to get to.
Well, I understand it in terms of I don't understand it.
I don't understand. Like if, for example, the play that wasn't a touchdown, right? Rankin, he lost the ball before he got to the end zone, but both officials on the field signal it as a touchdown. The whistle blows. So the Elks hear the whistle blow. They see the two refs signaling touchdown. So Rankin, who could have easily picked up the ball, leaves the ball and starts celebrating. Calgary comes in, picks up the ball, and they're going to say Calgary recovered their ball at the 30. Even though in the rule book it says when a whistle is blown, it is a dead ball.
Yes.
Or if a play is ruled a touchdown, it's a dead ball.
But the old football saying, play after the whistle.
Like, what are we doing? And then the very next day,
this is what sucks.
A fumble for Hatcher gets picked up. I'm calling Campbell run back, and I said on the call, I said, I think I heard a whistle.
You could hear the whistle.
You can hear the whistle. It's just.
That being said, though, an early whistle.
But on that one, they go, oh, it was a whistle, so it was a dead ball. But on the one the night before in Edmonton, there was clearly whistles. Two guys ruled it a touchdown. I would have thought that they would have come back and said, okay, no, it was a dead ball when the whistle went. The ball be placed the one where it was knocked out. But I don't know, man. But
why be so whistle happy in the first place, anyways, on the second one? There was no point calling a whistle there. That was it's a fumble.
Well, yeah, I thought it's almost like I don't know what was going on there, man. I can't help you with that.
We'll never know.
Whatever. I don't want to get too fired up. I still got
it's frustrating.
Beer and a quarter left. All right. We're going to head south of the border. We talk about how awful those Steelers jerseys looked. Mike Tanier, 2 Deep Zone, joins us on the show. Talk some NFL action from yesterday. Set up this Monday nighter. How do those jerseys get approved, Mike? Hey, somebody along the way doesn't step in and say, hey, guys, I know what you're trying here, but this just doesn't work.
They were approved in 1932 during the Great Depression, and no one unapproved them. And that's what you were seeing. The worst part is the pants. Everyone looks like they're bare-assed when they're wearing those pants. But hey, this morning I loaded up the Denver Broncos throwback uniforms from the 1970s. I'm listening to Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young in my brain. They're beautiful. They're orange. The stripes go every which way. I have eradicated the Steelers uniforms from my mind.
All right, what about the other team last night? What are the Packers? What do you view the Packers as right now?
You know what's funny is that they have the best record in the NFC. It's them and the Colts as the best records in the NFL. They're a playoff team last year, and we've been looking for style points from the Packers since the beginning of the season. Every time they get a win, except for the Lions win in the opener, it's been like, you could have done better. You're only facing Joe Flacco. How come you didn't do better? How come you didn't do better against Jacoby Brissett? In the fourth quarter against the Steelers last night, we saw the style of points. We saw Jordan Love and Micah Parsons take over that game, beat a team with a 4-2 record. Packers have to be taken seriously in that clump of NFC teams that looks like they're heading towards a Super Bowl.
Working our way through the weekend, what are the Falcons right now? I just...
Listen, that's a rude question. I don't even know if you have to answer. Like, they are, oh my goodness.
What are the Falcons ever? What are they ever? When they beat the Bills a couple weeks ago, that was their Super Bowl. That was it. They're like, well, we have arrived. We do not have any problems anymore. Michael Penix got hurt. He wasn't playing all that well. Kirk Cousins comes in. Kirk Cousins has been an absolute oak tree for the last 2 years. He cannot move at all. Opponents cannot know that he cannot move. Every edge rusher knows to just aim for his spot on the field. The Falcons have to do max protect and have Bijan. Instead of Bijan running the ball, he's blocking for Kirk Cousins. It was a mess. Their defense gave up. I don't think it was a very good game plan. They are not a serious NFL team.
Speaking of maybe not serious NFL teams, Justin Fields was going to lose his job. Then they had to use him. And then he helps the team put up 39 points to beat the Bengals.
An emotional day
and I don't know what that means for his job. What happened here?
Well, I mean, he keeps his job for another week. I think that's good. I think Aaron Glenn, the heat goes from boiling down to simmering for a week or two. But the Bengals were in control of that game for the entire game. It was 24-10 at one point. It was 34-20 or something like that, 38-24 at some point in that game. And, Fields kind of did what he had to do. Trey Hendrickson got hurt for the Bengals, and the Bengals defense just threw up the yellow flag, the white flag, and surrendered right then and there. And they're letting 25-yard handoffs happen in the fourth quarter. It was I don't know what it means for the Jets. The Bengals had this moment where they said, well, maybe we can keep things together with Joe Flacco until Joe Burrow comes back. Now we see they have so little on defense. All they've got on offense is get the ball to Jamar Chase. They're another team that's going to sink in the standings in the weeks to come.
First was Malik Neighbors, now Cam Scadaboo for the Giants. Just the beat goes on there, hey?
Yeah, the beat goes on, and they lost other guys too. Dan Bellinger has been a really good tight end for them this year. He got hurt. Cordell Flott, one of their better defenders, he got hurt. A couple of guys hurt in the secondary. So, like, on the one hand, you've got the fact, well, the Giants have another injury crush. There's nothing you can do. Other side of that, you see Brian Dable out there throwing conniption fits, storming around, screaming, yelling. Probably not the man to rise to the moment. We've seen teams overcome injury crushes. Look at the 49ers. You can overcome an injury crush in the NFL and win some games, not when your coach is ranting and raving and acting like a lunatic on the sidelines. I think things are about to go from bad to worse for the Giants.
Great use of conniption fit. Haven't heard that in a while, but my mom used to use that all the time.
Good throwback.
Yeah, that's a good one. Conniption fit. We need to do that. Yeah. All right. So the one thing we know about the Dallas Cowboys is that when they play, either they will score 40 points, both teams will score 40 points, or the other team will score 40 points. And that's what the Denver Broncos did to them.
Yeah, the over is undefeated with the Cowboys. Just bet the over. It could be 63. Just take it. But yeah, the Cowboys defense, I know they were depleted in the secondary. They were without Trevon Diggs or without a couple of their safeties. It was comical. It was an unprepared-to-play situation. It wasn't just that Bo Nix was going over the top and finding all of his receivers, and his receivers are not that great. It was in the running game. They could gash Robbins and Harvey gashing 20, 25 yards at the time. Cowboys, this is the way they are. This is the way they've been for years. They're going to win these amazing games. They'll probably upset the Lions or the Eagles or something like that. Then they're going to lose to weaker teams. They faced a team with very good defense, with balance, a team that doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. And the Cowboys kind of showed who they were against a tough Broncos opponent.
You got to beat the teams in front of you. Colts 38-14 over the lowly Titans, but, the good times continue for Indy.
3 more touchdowns for Taylor yesterday.
Well, and that's the thing, too. He's working we talk about Daniel Jones, but he's working his way into, perhaps an MVP conversation. I mean, I know every week we're like, oh, are they real? Are we taking real? I mean, I think we are by now, but 7-1, 4 in a row, perfect at home. What else can you say about the Colts?
What else can you say? They're on the path to the playoffs, and in the playoffs, we'll see who they are. But this was a team that we didn't think was going to be in the playoffs, so that's impressive. There are a bunch of teams in the NFL. We can talk about the Patriots in the same boat as the Colts, the Buccaneers a little bit. When you've played a bunch, the Titans are so bad. The Saints are so bad. The Browns are so bad, really. When you've played a couple of those teams, it's hard to tell who you really are. Now, like you said, you can only play the teams on the schedule. Playoff berth is a playoff berth. Get it by any means necessary. There's a lot of teams in the NFL who are so uncompetitive, it makes it hard to even figure out who they've played. And if you look at the Colts, they played a bunch of those teams this year.
Yeah.
Seeing the Chiefs right now with our betting partners over at Play Alberta as 11-point favorites at home against the Commanders. Kansas City this week was the Super Bowl favorite once again as far as betting odds go as well. Rashee Rice has come back. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes wanted to feed him when he was on the field last week. Do we get a competitive Monday nighter, or do the Chiefs run away with this thing?
I don't know if they cover. If this is a comfortable Chiefs victory against a very banged-up Commanders team, although they are getting Terry McLaurin back, it's not going to be as bad as it was, say, in the past. But you're facing a backup quarterback. You're facing a team with a bad secondary. This is the type of game where the Chiefs generally take care of their business.
Mike, as always, man, we love having you join us. Where can people find your work?
You can find me at Too Deep Zone at MikeTanier.substack.com. And, guys, take it easy on these beers.
Yeah, well, so
we did
we're doing this, the 9 innings, that challenge. So one of our partners, Canadian Brewhouse, dropped off 9 beers, 9 hot dogs for the 3 of us. Eric and I have finished our hot dogs. You're done the beers. I'm close to done the beers. I've got 1 left. Trev's got a hot dog left, and you got a beer and a half left. And we have 3 hours to do it. But, there's no chance I could do the 9 beers, the 9 dogs in 9 innings. There's no chance. I could do the beers, not the dogs.
I was thinking you guys are each going to do 9. I was going to warn you. I've done radio after 3 beers. It's possible. It's doable. It might be a little better.
Yeah.
But the 4th beer that's the witching hour in terms of being able to be coherent for several sentences at a time.
Yeah, I plan on having 3 and then having a nap on my office couch for 2 hours. That's the plan for me this morning. So that should work out pretty well. Mike, good stuff, man. Enjoy the game.
You got to take care and enjoy the rest of your morning.
We will. Mike's in here. He's awesome. We love having Mike on. We'll see what happens with this Monday nighter. We did get that Rashee Rice anytime touchdown boosted up to plus 126.
What is it, 11.5?
It's 11 right now.
11.
It's 11. It's been all over the place. I saw it at 10.5. I think it got us up as high as 12. Sitting at 11 right now. But over on playalberta.ca, the early bird bet, we've got two of them. We've got early bird bet, and then the guys labeled the other one the second early bird bet. Rashee Rice to score a touchdown, plus 126. Blue Jays to win, and Bo Bichette with a hit, plus 222.
Bo Bichette.
So can Scherzer get it done tonight? Can Mad Max intimidate the hell out of the Dodgers and end up making a big difference tonight? We will find out. If you want to do the 9 beers, 9 dogs challenge,
head to the brew.
Have at it. Go after it. I'm not going to join you. But you can get after this and then tell all your buddies at work tomorrow. I did it last night. 9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings.
6 o'clock is a fair time to get that puppy going, hey? It's...
Oh, yeah. You'll be hungry. Avoid it. If you're going to try this, don't eat all day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some ball games, you go to a matinee like that, maybe a little tough. You wake up, you kind of, whatever. But yeah, you can go all day now and kind of...
Go all day, don't eat.
Yeah.
And then you'll be starving.
That's the play.
And then I would still try to pace yourself on the dogs. And then the beers will come. The beers will naturally, you'll get those in you. But best of luck if you want to do that all the Canadian brew houses.
Yeah, 9 tankards, 9 Rita McNeil burgers.
Just, yeah. All right. The 7 o'clock hour on the Nielson Show has been brought to you by GameSense. Remember, it is important to set a budget when you are gambling. You can find out more information on this, GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. And remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. We don't want anybody getting carried away. Go to GameSenseAB.ca. Click on there. They've got a bunch of tools and resources over there to help you, just in case you're in over your head, or feel like you're getting in over your head a little bit. You know what? I watched a couple. I'm halfway through that Expos documentary.
Okay.
Watched that part while in the plane. And then I watched this show on Netflix, this movie.
House of Dynamite?
Yes. Somebody slid into my DMs over the weekend. Was like, Dusty, you got to watch this House of Dynamite.
Elba.
Yeah. As the president. Did you watch it?
I watched it last night.
What'd you think of how it ended?
I was a little, I got it.
I loved it.
I understand it.
I loved it. But when it ended, I was like,
but boy,
no!
are you kind of...
Then I was like, oh, great movie, but
you
come on.
watched 3 mini movies.
Yes. Somebody said it was like if Sum of All Fears had a baby with Vantage Point.
Yeah, okay.
Remember Vantage Point?
Yeah, I see that.
That was, who was that? Dennis Quaid, Vantage Point, I think.
But this movie has been advertised on my socials for weeks. Idris Elba, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to...
Yeah.
Then I finally saw it. I was like, but...
I liked it. It was emotional. It was very well done. But, like, I want a sequel where all of it goes down. Like...
Give me the David Cameron CGI.
Give me the World War, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to check it out. I'm glad you watched it too. I usually don't watch movies right away, but it was like the right length for the flight from Regina yesterday. So I threw it on and I was like, huh.
People were pissed, but I understand kind of.
Well, you know what? When it finished, the first thing I thought when it finished, I was like, I want to go online and see how angry people are.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Because I was a little bit angry, but then I also really enjoyed the journey to get there. What do you think happened?
Well, here's the thing. Nothing happens because in reality, nothing would happen. We'd all be dead. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
But not just that one city.
Well, no, because
did you think he was going to...
At all, yeah. That's the point of like...
So you thought he was going to retaliate
Everybody,
with a big
you're done. Everybody's done. Nobody wins. It's
not me. I have a basement. When nuclear war hits, I'm staying in the basement.
Culling in jugs.
Yeah.
I've
got a big 5K box of rice.
You're fine.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm not overly worried about
nuclear winter.
Anyway, Nielsen Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. If you haven't checked out, what was the name again? House of Dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a movie on Netflix.
Great cast.
Very interesting ending, but very good journey to get there, man.
I love those types of movies too.
Yeah,
I like
it was
geopolitical war stuff.
Yeah, it was neat. That's one of the ones that'll be on my phone 3 years from now, and I watch it to nap all the time.
You sick.
I will. All right, we need somebody to play. So you guys got to win on.
Yeah, who was that? Was it that Sean character?
I'd have to check.
So we're at 35-0.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
beautiful. I love it.
No sweater, really.
All right, so somebody needs to play. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, you can text us right now, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And if you're on TuneIn, you're on iHeart, you're over on YouTube, you want to play? Come play a little Kind of Easy trivia. Take us to 36-0. Text Trev right now. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs.
Come out and
780-218-99.
Warriors!
99. Yeah, where's that from?
It's a fighting movie where they all
I used to
fight.
watch that on the bus when I was with the Oil Barons.
Warriors!
Come out to play. What was the name of that movie? I can't remember the name of that movie right now. Somebody will text it.
780-218-99.
Yeah. All right. Kind of Easy trivia. 3 questions. Gager's coming up. Selly's Monday Night Football Challenge. A wrap for William Huff. All still to come on the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
It's called The Warriors. Of course.
Oh, was it called The Warriors?
Yeah.
Totally should have got that. Oh, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. It was just called The Warriors? I thought I would have remembered that.
You should say Outsiders or something.
Yeah, that's the greatest movie ever, according to Hernan Salas. All right, sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Warriors, come out. The Oilers came out to play last night, but ultimately didn't get the result, dropping a 4-3 loss to the Canucks in overtime. Kiefer Sherwood, the winner. Leon Draisaitl would score a pair for Edmonton, while Jack Roslovic would open his account as an Oiler, scoring his first. Oilers are back home to host Utah tomorrow, and the Mammoth continue to roll. They've won now 7 straight as they defeat Winnipeg 3-2. Yeah. Drive that wiener down drive it into him. Get him. Utah 3-2 over the Jets. They're red hot. Kings 3-1 over the Blackhawks. Lightning 2-1 over Vegas in overtime. Dallas 3-2 over Nashville. The Devils also red hot. They won 8 in a row with a 4-3 victory over the Avalanche in overtime. And the Rangers, they've lost 6 of 7 as they limp through Western Canada here, falling 5-1 to the Calgary Flames. Pair of games around the NHL tonight. Bruins visit the Senators. The Penguins host the Blues. World Series picks back up tonight as the series will shift to LA for 3 between the Dodgers and Jays. It is even as a game apiece. Tyler Glasnow will start for LA. Max Scherzer gets the call for Toronto. First pitch at 6. The Student beats the Master on Sunday Night Football as Jordan Love passed for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. Packers win on the road, knocking off Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers 35-25. Week 8 wraps up tonight. Chiefs host the Commanders. Join me for this one at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. Century Casino Fort Road. Loaded burgers on special. Plus, you could qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to catch the Broncos face the Raiders from Vegas. On the hard court, the Mavs took down the Raptors 139-129. Cooper Flagg, 22 points in the win. 11 games tonight. Raptors are back in the court Wednesday when they host the Rockets. And back over to hockey, where the Oil Kings would fall 3-2 to the Hitmen yesterday. Oil Kings now 9-4, 1-1 on the season. They're back in action Wednesday night down in Lethbridge against the Hurricanes at 7. Sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Let's bring the Cub home, make the
Sports Talk. It is the Nielson Show, simulcast live on 95.7 Cruise FM. Or you're listening on the radio today. Please tell your friends that the Nielsen Show is back, better than ever, bolder than ever. Great signal over on 95.7 Cruise FM. I bumped into a bunch of people over the weekend at the tailgate, at the football game, at the airport, in my DMs. Lots of people checking out the show on the radio on 95.7 Cruise FM. So please tell your friends how easy it is to just push that one button. And, if they can also listen online, easy peasy. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, we will have the Hangout after us. That'll lead into the Lock Shop, into Oil Stream, into EST Afternoons, and into the Reed Wilkins Show between now and 6 o'clock later on today. If you are watching over on YouTube this morning, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. We've got Joaquin Gage coming up around 8:30. We're 49 likes away from changing 200. I know, I get it. The Oilers, they didn't win on the weekend, but you can still give your thumbs up to the boys, right?
Boys here.
Look what we're doing here.
Boys, come on.
Trying to take down nine beers and 9 dogs between the three of us.
Chris Sadoway's got a great text. What's that YouTube channel with the sports talk that they talk about sports based in Edmonton?
That's a good point.
That's a great play.
I mean, after what we just did.
Well job, Chris.
I thought it was called something else.
Yeah.
If you missed it in the last hour, Eric was saying, do the Warriors thing.
Well, we can do it now. Yeah, with the bottles, right?
Thing,
Warriors.
Come out and play. And then we're like, what was the name of that movie?
The Warriors. Man.
And somebody said it was the Warriors, you guys. My bad. Casino Dealer Jay texts and says, guys, what was the name of that movie where that Happy Gilmore hockey player tries to play golf? Really funny. Really funny. You got us. All right. The Nielsen Show is brought to you by Weiss Johnson today and every single day.
Weiss Johnson, whoa. We're proud to be local and family owned. Count on experience to speak for itself. With Weiss Johnson, whoa. Striving to bring you a comfortable home. Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Yes, Weiss Johnson. Whoa. Why don't you bundle a furnace with AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price? Make your home comfortable now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Train. It's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportsTalk.com today. Do you guys shut off your heat when you go to bed at night?
Shut it off?
Yeah, my wife did that over the weekend.
Shut it off.
Got up in the morning. She's like, man, it's kind of cold in here. I said, yeah, it feels like the furnace isn't on. She goes, yeah, I turned it off last night. I said, what are you talking about right now?
Start calling her Maddie.
What is this? Yeah. I mean, that's an office thing. We pay for the for that here, right? I pay for it at home too. But I was just like, well, we don't want to have it shut off. We're going to wake up in the morning being like, oh man, it's cold.
We can turn it down a bit, but you don't.
I turn it down a bit, but it was completely shut off.
She unplugs.
It was unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. You can text us anytime. The Paris Jewelers inbox. That's 780-218-9999. Do not pay for 1 year. That's how flexible they are at PJ's. ParisJewelers.com, Canadian family owned. Visit them at West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, and St. Albert Center. And of course, one of your text messages will win the Royal Pizza text of the day.
So come on home, Royal Pizza.
It's the text of the day. We got another stack of Royal Pizza gift cards waiting for us there at the Royal Pizza headquarters, too. We got to pop by and pick those up. They're still making it great with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find. Top-notch service for over 55 years. Order online today. RoyalPizza.ca or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Let's lay out the third and final hour of the show for you. We'll get to 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. Gager's going to pop by just after 8:30. We'll do your Selly's Monday Night Football Challenge as well. And the wrap for William Huff.
Gager's a hot dog
still
guy.
To come.
Hey?
Yeah, Gager's a foodie in general.
Probably.
Biggest foodie here. 100%.
He'd take down the wieners with like a lot of accompaniment, like condiments on top.
I'm curious to see if he would do 9 and 9, if he could do that. He'll say yes, and then he might change his mind. 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items for almost 40 years. Don't miss their monthly online auctions at www.gdliquidators.com. They're Canadian-owned, Canadian-operated. Make them your first call. That number is 780-447-2787, or visit them at 14510 124th Ave. All right, we are 35-0 in the 95.7 Cruise FM era on Kind of Easy Trivia. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs with a new location opening soon in Bonnie Doon. Check out MrMikes.ca for more deets. Order online and skip the dishes or DoorDash. Mr. Mike's, eat locally. Enjoy casually. Who's got the pressure of hitting number 36, Trev? Who do we got?
This is Jodes in Bonneville.
Jodes in Bonneville is going to play. Needs to get 3 of 5 correct. Let's go to Jodes. Jodes, you ready to roll?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you sound confident right now, Jodes.
I like that.
You did? Yeah? All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Snide, yeah.
Trev will start the ticker after we read the first question. Good luck, Jodes.
Okay.
Did the Oilers win last night?
No.
Did the Oilers win on Saturday?
No.
What position does Thatcher Demko play?
Goalie.
Which city do the Blue Jays play in tonight?
Los Angeles.
True or false? Max Scherzer is a back catcher.
False.
Boom.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Down there.
What a sports nut. Huh?
Very articulate with his answer.
Yeah. Very clear speaker.
Yeah, very clear.
Let's be highly educated.
Didn't even balk on your bat catcher.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd throw him out there instead of, yeah. Big Dave texts in and says, you guys put in a gutsier performance taking down those Dogs and Brews than the Oilers did on the West Coast this weekend. We already said. I mean, maybe the gutsiest performance for the Esties.
We haven't even hit the new year.
Right? Taking down all these big dogs and these beers for a cause. Game 3 tonight. What are the other gutsiest nominees right now?
It's for sure the front runner right now.
Yeah.
Well, here's what is this? How'd this get in here?
What is it?
What are we doing here with these gutsiest performances?
See, this is the danger of Maddie.
So
now everybody's going to put in like just stuff.
Awanik tells us.
Well, he threatened.
Awanik threatened us at our last meeting that if we don't start putting more like nominees into the Estes file, he's canceling the Estes. And I kind of told him, I said, you're not canceling that. We're doing the Estes. He goes, nope. If we don't get more things in there, I'm canceling the Estes next year.
Like, come on, you.
First of all, anyway, but now we get things like this. Here are our nominees for gutsiest performance of the year here. This one I get. Nielson hung over the morning after the Estes tries coffee for the first time.
That was a big one.
That was a rough one.
On
that was a
both
rough
fronts.
day. Yeah.
You not only hung over, you also tried coffee.
What's this one? EST afternoons, the boys after eating donairs.
Oh, yeah. That one was...
Wow.
What are we talking about?
That was, I don't know. It was funny because they got their donairs. I think they got the screw it, let's do it. Parlay they hit.
So they went and had donairs for lunch.
Yeah, celebratory donairs. And I watched that whole show and I was like, oh man, they're getting donairs. So on the way home, I also got a donair. And I'm eating a donair and I'm having fun. And they're just like, oh man. They were just complaining the whole time, man. Meat sweats, like, oh, this is so tough. I don't know.
Soft.
So soft.
It's like complaining about like celebrating winning the ALDS.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have to do batting practice and whatever.
How about this one for gutsiest performance of the year? Sleepy Coob, October 16th after taking Neocitrin.
I was here when he was doing that. He made himself a cocktail of like, and he knew he was taking like.
So he didn't know he was taking the sleepy Neocitrin, and he has been his whole life. And so Gager was like, well, what does it say at the bottom? And it says, and then it was like in fine print, it might make you sleepy. And so that
but
was
then he kept on.
Yeah. And then he's just like, oh, well, down. He's like, I've been doing my whole life and I didn't really notice it. Maybe now that I think about it, I've noticed it. But I mean, Coob's entered these last two and I don't think they're even.
My mom used to swear by Neocitrin back in the day. You could have a broken ankle. My mom would be like, you should have some Neocitrin.
No.
I don't think this is going to help.
Yeah.
Ingredient in a hot toddy.
This one's in here for gutsiest performance of the year. Jay driving a rental car. What's that about?
Feels like we're missing a story here.
Did something happen to the rental car, or was he just driving a rental car?
No, it was like from the future, and he was so scared. There's all these buttons, this and that, and he didn't want to.
This is what happens when a Wannick threatens to cancel the Estes.
It's a watered down nominee list now. Yeah.
Yeah. He was afraid he was gonna.
You know what? You just go in there and delete them.
Sleepy Coob, 16, taking Neil Citron?
Yeah, no, take that.
I don't think so. EST boy eating donaires? Oh, a tough gig.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what we're looking at for the Estes nominations. Hey, if you want to become a Nasty Club member, Nasty Club members get to vote on the Estes Awards. You also get first crack at some early pre-registration for some of our major events.
Golf, curling,
which is great.
So on and so forth.
And then there's a merch package. There's a couple of different levels. Check it out. Go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, click on Nasty Club. You sign up for an account. It's like free to sign up for an account. And then once you're inside, when you click on some of the stuff, click on songs, and it'll show you the options on how you can sign up to be a Nasty Club member. There's 2 different levels of packages. There'll be some good prizing and stuff in there as well. But EdmontonSportsTalk.com. So I don't want to give it away too much, but there's probably lots of husbands and wives who listen to the show. But there was a lady over the weekend messaged us and said, I'd like to get my husband a Nasty Club membership for Christmas. How do I go about doing this? So I sent her the link.
Very romantic.
So now there's a bunch, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of husbands out there who are like, I wonder if that's me. I wonder if my wife's getting me a Nasty Club membership for the holidays.
It's good stuff.
Not a bad idea.
Hey, yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Bone says gutsiest performance will have to go to Jason Mill being on toilet duty.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
I think that's...
Library Pat says, Matty needs to settle down. It's 2 months into the new Estes year. Oh, yeah, he was adamant that the Estes were going to be canceled if we didn't start putting everything into the Estes file.
All Martin thinks threatening to cancel the event in itself is a gutsy performance.
That's not the word I would use for it.
He's trying to put his way into an award here, right?
All right, let's get into 3 questions too many here today. Do you have a liner for the segment?
Yes, I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he's really looking forward to that Nasty Club membership this Christmas.
For Christmas?
Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Hello, Mrs. Lewicki.
A little something under the tree or in the stocking.
Why not? Wherever. I'd wrap it. I'd wrap it in a huge box.
One of those
And then when they a real funny one, you're like, what's that big box?
It's a card.
And then you open it up, and after you move Gwyneth Paltrow's head aside, there's a little Nasty Club membership sitting in the bottom there. And they're nice little cards this year. It's like not laminated anymore.
It's
like
expense.
It's a real card. Seemed like pretty cool. Do we have any social media accounts?
Yes, of course, on YouTube. If you are watching this morning, pound that thumbs up. Give us a like. We are 32 away from changing 200. Nice to see. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And
those are amateur numbers on a Monday.
Well,
I'll just say this.
I get that.
I mean, if the Oilers won yesterday, we'd be at 350 likes right now.
Game 3 of the World Series.
You cannot allow the Oilers
don't even
to ruin your mood on a Monday morning. You just can't do it.
Avoid it. World Series, Game 3, series tied at a game apiece.
Yeah, and the Oilers have started better this year than any of these other years. Now, I am a little bit worried about their general upside.
So hit the thumbs up for the great Oilers start to the season. That's the way of putting it.
If you like the Oilers being better than they were the last 2 years at this time,
it's not.
Hammer the thumbs up for us. Right?
Of course, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right. Question number 1. Guys, is there any way that you think Ike Howard stays around when Hyman and Yamark return? I can't necessarily see a path to it right now.
No, I don't see it. Yeah, that's tough because
remember he scored and then we're like, oh, maybe we should get a look at those guys.
Absolutely.
And they played 8.5 minutes last night.
Yeah. That whole line, I'll say this because after the Habs win, he was rewarded with playing with McDavid on the first line. And then Knobloch was like, oh, no, going forward for the next game at least, we're going to have that line. And I was like, oh, sweet. This is all I've been preaching, boys.
Did it last?
Last month. And that was, I will say this. Was that line good? No, it wasn't. It didn't even last. Well, it did last a period, but then they swapped it up. Was that Ike Howard's fault? No, I did, but obviously he didn't help. But what I'm getting at is McDavid was just terrible. That line just sucked as a whole. And to be honest, every line McDavid's been on has sucked all season long.
Watch what you say, man.
So it's true. So I'll leave it at that. But no, as soon as he's...
I think once they get healthy, he's probably...
Yeah, he definitely is. It sucks.
Yeah, man. But no, go light it up. Look at Savoy.
He will.
It's not like Savoy's been lighting it up here this year, but he's got a full year under his belt. It wasn't the end of the world. Looks more pro ready right now or NHL ready than Howard. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. He necessarily, I guess, apparently in Tampa didn't want to have to spend time in the American Hockey League, but cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. But I can't see 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes max a night helping his development. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Tampa's affiliate is Syracuse, so you have the difference of going to Syracuse to Bakersfield. California's
I'm not very familiar with Syracuse as a location.
Well,
but California's better.
California, Dwight Yoakam. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Come on, corn.
Question number 2. Outside of this is a good question. Look at this CFO question right here. Outside of quarterbacks, which player do you think could most carry their team to a Grey Cup? Outside of the quarterbacks. Give me one player on Calgary, BC, Saskatchewan, Hamilton, Montreal, or Winnipeg that could most carry their team to a Grey Cup championship.
It's tough to look at a receiver due to the fact that they're so connected to a quarterback.
That's true. Like, could you say Keon Hatcher when you know it's just going to be Rourke who's feeding the ball?
Right.
Yeah.
So now we pivot.
So what about running back or a defensive player?
You could go defense. I'm going to remain offensive. I think James Butler, obviously, you're very familiar with him.
I'm going to blow your mind when I get to mine. Wait and see.
Okay. If it would be anybody for Winnipeg, it's Brady Oliveira.
Yeah.
And the Alouettes' rush defense, I think that might be a something that they can exploit.
Can you imagine the Bombers after this year getting into crossover, going on another run and going through the East to get to a home Grey Cup? That'd be insane.
I was on with Huss on the Lock Shop, and we talked about that. And I know you're going out there to work. Maddie's going out there as a fan.
Yeah.
He was asking about me. I said the bench is short. Monday after the Grey Cup, there's not going to be a lot of bodies to kind of do it. And he goes, but he said, if it's Riders Bombers, which now is a
I guess
total possibility.
If it's Riders Bombers, it'll be Reed Wilkins doing the morning show.
He promised me Mr. Ritz Cracker would be rolling up the red carpet and we'd have a great time. So in the spirit of the question, Brady Oliveira for the Bombers, I think you have to be the guy in Winnipeg. I don't really like that. That would be it.
What about your boy AJ Ouellette with the Riders?
Yeah, it's just he's not a back like Diedrich Mills or James Butler who like he wears teams down and he gets like those short. But
he wears teams down much better than James Butler wears.
No,
teams down.
I get it, but it's not so much explosive in terms of like point production there. I get what you mean, and it's a fascinating answer to kind of go with him there. But so we've done the running backs. Like with the defensive, who's a defensive?
No, here's my answer: Jose Maltos Diaz, kicker for the Montreal Alouettes
and the Birmingham Barracudas.
Well, a championship kicker. He's already got one title.
He's already got a championship.
Yeah, I could see Maltos hitting some massive kicks along the way.
Yeah.
For the Montreal Alouettes. But on the defensive side, that's a fun one too. It's hard not to look at Matthew Betts with the BC Lions. The guy's been on an absolute tear in the second half of the year. Could be a nightmare for Vernon Adams. And Trevor Harris is tough to sack because he gets the ball and it's gone immediately. But if anybody could maybe rush him a little bit, it might be Betts. So I don't know. That could be a guy that you would look at. You know what else? Low-key A.J. Allen supporter for the Rough Rider. He had a phenomenal season, Canadian linebacker in Saskatchewan. But Betts probably be more of a bigger impact guy. If Calgary goes on a run, it would be heavily on the shoulders of Diedrich Mills. He's a running back.
Well, he bangs like 100 and a touchdown or two a game.
Yeah,
again, in terms of production, that's Stavros Katsantonis, crack packer.
Yeah, he's a crack pack guy.
Tavon Campbell. Those are guys 6 interceptions apiece.
They both had 6 interceptions. Adrian Green in Calgary also had 6 interceptions as well. All right, question number 3. If you guys could have one member of the Toronto Blue Jays currently sleeping on your couch, who would it be?
So I have one of those L sectional type, you call it, right? Not just a sofa.
Is one side long enough to stretch out on?
One side's long, that's what I get. So I kind of put my neck into the corner and then I lay that way and I watch the TV and its face is perfect. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And then my wife's got the other side, more like a regular couch.
We got 2 of those. I love those, upstairs and downstairs.
Oh, that's the best. So given the spirit of that particular couch, Kirk wouldn't be a guy.
Alejandro Kirk's got to be the. I mean,
no, but he wouldn't have a good sleep, and nor would I have a good sleep knowing that he's sleeping on a couch that doesn't support his type of. Like if I had an old
little guy, he'd fit on probably the short side.
But he's a little wider. If I had an old Chesterfield, that'd be perfect for an Alejandro
big,
Kirk.
deep.
Yeah,
big,
I think an Ernie Clement would be pretty good for given his body, size, disposition, everything. I think he'd stretch out quite well.
We had a couch when myself and my buddy Wales were living together in Lethbridge. It was like a U-shaped sectional. He got it. He was the assistant manager at Leon's and got it on a super crazy discount. So, like, it had a regular sectional on this side and then across, and then a full-size couch coming down the other side. It was huge. And in the middle of it, in between the two sectional sides, was a pull-out couch. So we would party, and then we'd pull that out, and I swear to God, 10 of us would sleep on this thing. Like, it was, we wake up in the morning. One morning we woke up, we couldn't find our buddy Gwyn, and he'd slipped underneath the two big cushions on the one side. We're like, where's Gwyn? And we saw his foot coming out from underneath the couch cushions. I was like, he's underneath the cushions.
Happened to cousin Mike Stagg.
Really?
But he rolled into there, and you couldn't get him out.
Yeah, you can't. You're like, where is this guy? Yeah. So that was the greatest couch I've ever seen. You could sleep the entire bullpen on that couch. I'll go Scherzer. I know my home would be safe if Scherzer was sleeping on my couch. Can you imagine breaking into that guy's house?
Yeah.
Oh,
he sleeps with his eyes open.
Yeah. He's 100% sure. Scherzer's like this on your
Max,
couch.
are you okay?
I'm sleeping.
Max, you awake? Leave me alone. I'm sleeping. What?
Leave me alone.
That's kind of funny, actually. All right. We've got, Trev, who would you want on your couch, buddy? What's your couch situation like?
I probably have the smallest
You got
couch
a love
in
seat?
all of Edmonton. Yes.
You rolling a love seat?
Yeah, a good old love seat. It's it's okay. It does the job.
Does it have legs?
Yes, it does.
I had about a run of about 5-6 years in my 20s where I didn't have a couch that had legs on it.
Well, do you need legs?
No, that's the thing. You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Just get a little bit lower. It's a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm not a big guy on legs for couches, but it's a small couch, so obviously I'm set on Alejandro Kirk. Small guy. Well, depends on the way you look at him, but he's
short
a small
little guy.
He's
Short
a
little guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Leduc says Max sleeps with one eye open, the blue one. I can't wait to see that guy fired up tonight. He's going to be I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. The Nielson kids are excited about watching Mad Max tonight in the World Series.
Put in the contact. Should all put in a contact.
Just all of the one that changes.
Yeah.
All right. Joaquin Gage is on the way. We'll get his thoughts on a little Formula One over the weekend. And we'll get his. I still want to go back to Skinner launching his body at pucks on Saturday. Seemed off. So we'll get Gager on the Oilers over the weekend. We'll get him on the Formula One. Selly's Monday Night Football Challenge is still coming up. We are doing this 9 beers, 9 hot dogs with the Canadian Brewhouse. You can do that at all Brewhouse locations tonight. But, for one of you, we're doing it between the 3 of us. I've got half of a beer left. You're done all your beers.
Yeah.
Trev, you're on your last beer. Our dogs are all taken care of. Trev, your dogs are done? Your dogs are done. So we got a couple of half beers in the home stretch here. It's on cruise control now, which is nice. All right, let's get into a sports update. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we're going to send you away for just a few minutes. We'll be back with Joaquin Gage. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today. This update brought to you by the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. Limited Christmas party dates are still available. Whether you have 50 or 150 people, they can host your party with a savory buffet dinner and quench your thirst with their full-service bar. Go to egmgolf.com for more details. I know there's a few of you out there you haven't got the Christmas party booked yet, so why don't you go to egmgolf.com for more details. Here's the update.
Oilers falling 4-3 to the Canucks in overtime out in Vancouver last night. Kiefer Sherwood would score a pair, including the overtime winner, while Leon Draisaitl had a pair of his own for the Oilers, while Jack Roslovic scored his first as an Oiler. The club are back home to host Utah tomorrow. Mammoth have won 7 straight following yesterday's 3-2 victory over Winnipeg. Kings defeating the Blackhawks 3-1. Tampa over Vegas 2-1 in overtime. Dallas edging out Nashville 3-2. Devils also red hot. They've won 8 in a row following a 4-3 overtime win over the Avs. And the Flames defeating the lowly Rangers 5-1. New York have lost 6 of 7. Pair of games in the NHL tonight. Penguins at home to the Blues, while the Bruins visit the Ottawa Senators. World Series picks up again tonight as it'll shift to LA for 3 games. with the Dodgers and Jays even at a game apiece. Tyler Glasnow starts for LA. Toronto will send Max Scherzer to the bump. First pitch, 6 o'clock. Jordan Love passed for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. Packers take it on the road in Pittsburgh 35-25. Week 8 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Chiefs hosting the Commanders. Join me for this one at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. Loaded burgers on special, and it'll be your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to see the Broncos face the Raiders in Vegas. 11 games in the NBA tonight. Yesterday was the Raptors falling to the Mavs 139-129. Raps are back on the court Wednesday when they host the Rockets. Back over to hockey, it was the Oil Kings falling to the Hitmen 3-2 yesterday. They're back in action Wednesday when they visit the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Sports update brought to you by the Garris Memorial Golf and Curling Club. Limited Christmas party dates still available. Whether you have 50 or 150 people, we can host your party with a savory buffet dinner and quench your thirst with our full-service bar. Go to egmgolf.com for more details.
A Springer Dinger!
A bomb, a blast, a homer into the night sky. It's a Springer Dinger. You can kiss it goodbye. A deep shot, a tater, a homer, a drive. Get a ball, get out of here. It's over. Good night. Springer Stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Springer Stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Born ready. It's not that hard when Springer Stinger is going yard. Springer Stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Springer Stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Born ready. It's not that hard when Springer Stinger is going yard. Georgie! Georgie!
Let's get nuts! Swing it and drive! Get up, dog! Get out of here! What a rocket! A rocket! And how about another one? It's a two-jacket day. He is on fire. Stay hot, Marcus. Huge. What a moment for George Springer. George Springer. He's done it again. It's the major leagues.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose, drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
8:38 on the Nielson Show. Nielson Show original songs like that DRS beauty. Brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters, a family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online at www.totemoutfitters.ca. 8 o'clock hour of the show brought to you by GD Liquidators. And, of course, the Nielsen Show today and every day brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Weiss Johnson. Whoa. Whoa.
Will does that really good. Phrase
does?
Oh, he's a natural.
Makes sense. He's good at stuff. All right, let's bring in Joaquin Gage. Joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline today. Gager, what are you doing over there? You're muted. You're doing a funny bit right now.
No, sorry, my wife was just leaving. Sorry, I had to say bye there.
That's nice. You're saying goodbye to your loved one.
Oh, you should see her. I almost had to cancel this whole hit. She came down looking like a young Hermione Granger from Gryffindor. It's almost time to go find the golden snitch, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but that is funny. That is funny.
Take your word for it.
Gage, you think you could do 9 innings, 9 dogs, 9 beers?
No. 2 dogs. I don't think I could. I could do the 9 beers, I think. Yeah. Just in bottles? Yeah. I could do that. But what kind of dogs are we talking here? Are we just talking little?
To be honest with you, I thought the dogs we had today would be smaller than they were.
These were
they were pretty good sized dogs. I think the Canadian Brewhouse Challenge that we did today, you're fighting an uphill battle with the size of dog. Like that's a good
you'll
size
probably
dog.
get the win. Like you'll be in long enough to get the
you push through it. But I wouldn't want to.
No, more like the save. You'll get like a couple innings maybe.
Only the real heroes out there could do that, Gager.
Yeah, no, that's if they were the Schneider's kind of mini dogs,
small little dogs that you can get. Yeah,
and then the little bun, like the Nathan's dogs. I think you could do those, but not a normal dog.
No, I think you have to go a little bit smaller than that.
Yeah, you can fold them up and
dunk like them in 3 biters.
Yeah.
Give me 3 biters. The ones we had today were 6 biters.
They were poking out of the
Brewhouse
bun.
doesn't mess around. If you were a fan of a good quality hot dog, they've got them kicking around for
them and everything. Gager will appreciate. Nice and scored on the.
I like that.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, this. Yeah,
I saw those.
It was
lines.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
nice
pretty
touch.
fancy actually. Yeah, that's good. All right, I want to go back to Saturday and just ask you as the goalie on our 2 Guys in the Goalie show every Tuesday and Thursday. Did Skinner look weird? Did he look? I like the way he was jumping at some. Like he seemed off in that game. The way he was trying to stop the puck, it was like he was throwing himself at it.
I don't know, like a lot of my algorithm is sometimes kids messing up or funny little kids things. Yeah. And there's one, I don't know if you've seen it. It's 2 kids playing soccer and one kid's in the net and the other kid kicks the ball. And the kid kicks the ball and smokes the other kid in the head and he doesn't move. And then after it hits him, then the kid dives. And that's what that first goal that Eberle scored. Like it looked like, I don't know what he was doing. It's like he jumped he tried to get the puck with his chest. It was a very odd movement. It was almost like he was caught off guard a little bit and didn't see it. He just didn't have his feet under him like what we've seen earlier on. Like it looked like he was more in control and was bringing the whole package. Like I've said before, like belly button to puck. But yeah, it just seemed like his skates were stuck in the ice and he just didn't have any sort of movement or lateral back, like side to side thing in Seattle there. It was an odd game for Skinner.
Yeah, because the other one in Seattle too, where he sort of tried to Superman dive across and he didn't really Superman. He sort of just fell over.
Yeah, it's hard to get across without first initiating some sort of movement, and usually it's moving backwards, right? So, and now we've been talking about it a little bit, that Stuart Skinner does seem to be playing a little bit deeper in his net. So obviously there's not that much room to start backing in, and his feet are so set that very difficult now to generate that movement going left or right if you're not already anticipating a pass across, right? And I think that's part of it too. He just wasn't reading the play well enough.
Joaquin Gage with us on the show. The Oilers last night managed to push their way back into a hockey game and come away with a point. But overall, pretty disappointing weekend. Your thoughts on what they brought to the table or didn't bring to the table last night?
Well, first, is it Kiefer Sherwood?
I've been referring to him today as the child of Cam Neely and Pavel Bure with the way that he looked last night. Like
that was, and they had a little thing on him before getting back to work, and they showed his off ice routines, like in the top floor of a barn or something, and where he looked like Rocky. So obviously, it's paying off for him. he usually there's something that happens in a game and my attention's drawn. His game was awesome yesterday. But I would say to the whole Canucks lineup, they looked like the bigger, quicker team that was more assertive with their passes. The Oilers looked very it's like Zach having a Neocitrin before the shows, very drowsy and lethargic, right? It took till the third period to kind of get going a little bit. And still at that point, Dusty, I didn't see them get to a gear that was above where the Canucks were playing either. I know they tied it up, and look, their power play is bailing them out here, which is a good sign. They can take that, but again, with the slow starts and kind of just wading into the waters of a game and seeing how the other team's going to play before they decide how they want to. Just, again, not good enough. You're not going to win many games by playing just 20 minutes, right? They weren't good for 40. They took advantage of a few opportunities on the power play. Sure, that's fine. But, yeah, you can't expect to beat NHL teams with just putting forth that amount of time when you're actually engaged in the game.
So, and you may have just answered this too, but they're three back of the Pacific leading Golden Knights. Early days, but a tight division thus far. 4-4-2. It is a better start numerically than they have been over the past few years, but obviously to the eye test and to most fans, it leaves them wanting a lot more, and maybe the promise of a lot more isn't there. So, just how would you sum up the Oilers, I guess, in one word or some sort of an identity definition to this point, given the start that, record-wise isn't as bad as it has been, but certainly to the eye test, maybe worse than it ever has been?
Yeah, I guess lethargic, Neocitrinish.
Yeah,
I guess if you.
I thought you may have said it earlier. Yeah, that was a good one.
But yeah, just they're sleepy at the wheel here. And look, we've seen this team do this for 3 years in a row now with these starts. I think I thought there would be a little bit more juice just with the injection of new faces into this lineup. And so, yeah, you're not going to be the same team that you were in June of last year, right? That's a progression. And there's signs of certain things that are pointing in the right direction. I mentioned the power play. That looks really good. So they can take that moving forward. The fact that, if you're taking positives out of games, they at least they got back into that game. It wasn't like at no point did I feel that they were going to win the game in Seattle for some reason. And in the Vancouver game, yeah, maybe for 2 periods, I was like, ooh, Vancouver's really good. But that third period, I thought, oh, the Oilers look a lot better. So maybe they're taking these little steps, but there's a long ways to go. And I know I heard you guys talking a little bit about leadership and who's the leader on this team. And it did look like Draisaitl was getting a little bit angry last night. Like he scored some goals and looked angry about it. Not his usual, there's just another one for me. It looked like he was trying to spark the team a little bit. I sent the text about, again, this nonchalantness. They had good chances on Demko, and they were playing tiddlywinks, trying to get it past him, till finally Draisaitl comes down and just rips one, right? Yeah, they have to be way more assertive to me, guys. This is, and it's there, but you need a lot more from the guys. That core group has to start leading this team out of this fog of beers and hot dogs.
What Nurse and Bouchard have both gotten off to, putting it politely, subpar starts so far this year. Played them together yesterday. What do you think was the main driver behind that? And do you think it's something that we would see more of?
If I was thinking about that, if I'm the coach, I'm like, look, when you guys are out there, there's $20 million out there right now.
$20 million bucks.
That there is no way they should get that type of performance by those two put together, right? Like, you have to take a little bit of responsibility to your where you are on this team. Like you're supposed to be the big dogs on the back end together. Maybe that was Knoblauch's thinking is, look, I'm going to put our top 2 paid defensemen together, and hopefully they kind of go, let's get this team going. Not good by both of them. Like there's way more. But again, part of me is saying it's regular season Evan Bouchard, and unfortunately I thought that Darnell Nurse started the year a lot better last year, and he's not where he was in that kind of just steady, easy, hard-nosed game that he's capable of. But maybe that was it, Dusty. That's what I thought it was anyway. Just put our big dogs together, see what they can do. But again, the fact that you go up against a team that's riddled with injuries and not having one of the most elite players in the league not playing, that's a game that you can take advantage of, and they just weren't there for 40 minutes.
Over to the grid, Formula One, Mexico GP. Lando Norris snapping a 5-race losing streak yesterday, Gager, but Liam Lawson could have killed a couple of marshals. Hey, what are y'all pulling out of the Mexican GP from yesterday and the weekend as a whole?
Well, the first few laps were fantastic, right? Going 4 wide at the first, you had the old battle of Lewis and Max. Strategy came a little bit into it with Max. He started on the mediums thinking, but obviously the soft was a better tire. And Lando, just a awesome weekend, right? From start to finish, he was the class in Mexico, taking off after the first, taking over the drivers' championship lead by 1 point. This is great. Like they were talking about how Lewis Hamilton had clinched the drivers' championship in Mexico a few times before. It's so nice that there's 5 races remaining, and you really don't know who is going to be champion here. Oscar's kind of fallen off for a little bit. I think the pressure's got to him, but Lewis was in an interview saying, what would you prefer in what position for the championship? And he said, I'd much rather be the hunter. Being the hunted, you're always kind of looking over your shoulder, and it just seems like there's more pressure. And he even said, like, starting in where he did this weekend, he's got nothing to lose, right? I liked how Lewis actually raced. You could see he was way more aggressive when it not as much mattered if he was kicked out of the race. So he was able to get his elbows out. But down the stretch here, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Gage, your good stuff, man, and we'll see you around later today.
Awesome. See you.
There you go. That's Joaquin Gage, co-hosting EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas every single day from 1 until 3 on TuneIn Radio, on iHeartRadio, over on YouTube as well. And, the morning show, of course, simulcast on 95.7 Cruise FM. We'll get you back to more great classic rock here on 95.7 Cruise FM in just about 10 minutes. Let's do your Selly's Monday Night Football Challenge. LT, where will you be tonight, buddy?
Sully's Sports Bar Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. Of course, it is Monday, which means it's your next chance to qualify into a draw. We're giving away a trip for 2 down to Vegas, Broncos-Raiders, divisional matchup in December. So get in on that draw tonight as well. Loaded burgers on special throughout tonight. Commanders, Chiefs, and of course we will have the Jays, Dodgers going on as well with the plethora of television screens.
Let's pop over to the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk, Play Alberta. Check it out, playalberta.ca, or download the Play Alberta app today. Better than ever before, the Play Alberta app. Use our codes EST50 and EST Sports. Use those codes when you make a deposit. You deposit $50, you'll get a $50 free bet. We have 2 EST specials that are up right now. Rasheed Rice to score a touchdown tonight, boosted from plus 116 to plus 126. And then our second early bird bet, Jays to win and Bo Bichette with a hit, plus 222. As for our Monday Night Football Challenge, the Kansas City Chiefs are 11-point favorites at home. So if you like the Chiefs to win by 11 or more, text Chiefs to 780-218-9999. If you like the Commanders to cover the 11 on the road, text Commanders to 780-218-9999. If you get it correct, you go into a draw, and one of you will end up winning the...
There's no need. There's no need.
The gift certificate to Sully's. Okay, I was going to get to the road dog, but
there's no need.
You're on the Chiefs tonight.
If you want to, I mean, go
no.
ahead.
I mean, I probably stay away from the 11,
but
but I mean, Kansas City, I think, is going to win this game. It's just a matter of
win, yeah. But I'm not even.
I mean, maybe they win 30-12 or something like that. No Jaden Daniels tonight,
exactly,
which hurts the Commanders for sure. I think. But I mean, 11's still a big number.
Tough place to go and play though, and that's so.
And they're firing on all cylinders right now.
They're moving up, and they. I mean, Chargers 5-3, Broncos 6-2. They have to be firing. They have to continue to fire on all cylinders now. So.
Let's look at some of the early responses here. Nolan from St. Albert, Chiefs. One Ball Cash, Chiefs. Jason Leduc, Chiefs. Will with 2 L's, Chiefs. Trainer Mark, Chiefs. Mark in the Park, Washington.
That's
Ricky Cheese, Chiefs. Vaughn, Chiefs. They just continue to fly in here on the Chiefs. So you can text us at 780-218-9999. If you get it correct, you go into a draw to win that gift certificate to Sully's. All right, boys, let's dive into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done with Bruce and the team over at William Huff. They've been doing it since 1952. So you know they're awesome. WilliamHuff.com. All right, what did we learn on the show today, guys? What did we learn today? I'll tell you what I learned. I learned that there's no chance I could ever do 9 hot dogs and 9 beers.
No,
and
but
9
we could
eggs.
have done 6 and 6 in a 3-hour show.
No, I don't think I could have.
Really?
I don't think I could have
we were
had
on
6
a
hot
good pace.
dogs.
We hammered 3 and 3 through the first hour and a half. Now
those
you
are
do the
bigger
math.
dogs. Brewhouse doesn't mess around.
I know, but
they're
we
bigger dogs.
I could have probably done one more of each, maybe 2.
Small little homemade dogs. Oh, probably take down 6.
You're laughing. Yeah. And I would have went with the Bud Lights instead of the full king of beers.
I did 2 Bud Lights and 1 regular Bud.
Budweiser's.
But we got it done. We did our 9 beers. We did our 9 dogs, but it was 3 of us, and we had 3 hours to get it done.
Yeah.
Trev, what'd you learn on the show today?
Kind of along the same lines. I was just going to say I learned that I could have 3 beers and 3 hot dogs in a 3-hour show and produce. So I'm pretty pumped about that, boys.
What about you, Rick?
I learned that you can as well.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get to your sound of the day today. Why not? Hey, game day here. Game 3, World Series.
A bomb, a blast, a homer into the night sky. It's a Springer dinger. You can kiss it goodbye. A deep shot, a tear, a homer, a drive.
Bomb,
get
blast.
a ball, get out of here. It's over. Good night. Springer stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Springer stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Born ready. It's not that hard when Springer stinger is going yard. Springer stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Springer stinger, the dinger from Springer. They were down, but it's a winner. Born ready. It's not that hard when Springer stinger is going yard.
Game day, huge, pivotal game 3 tonight. Scherzer versus Glasnow, and looking forward to this one tonight.
Wonder what the Jays fan count. Like I'm just kind of
how many Jays fans will be there. Well, we'll find out.
Kind of see.
We will find out tonight. Let's get to your text of the day today. Text of the day for Royal Pizza.
Come on home, Royal Pizza.
Game 3 to the Jays. Let's see here. Got to go with this one. Royal Pizza text of the day. Royal Pizza. Come on home. Why not? They're making it great with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find. Top-notch service for over half a century. Order online today, royalpizza.ca, or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Let's go all the way back to Hot Take Kev. I picture me doing the 9-9-9 challenge, much like a traditional MLB starting pitcher. I'm cruising through the first 5 innings. I start to hit trouble by the 6th inning. The manager goes to the bullpen in the 7th. Well, I just try to hold it all together. That's good. Ties in nicely today.
Picture painted, yeah.
Ties in nicely today. All right, I could ask what we're watching tonight, but I think everybody knows what we're watching tonight.
Yeah, not a lot in the NHL tonight, just a pair of games, neither of which should grab your attention fully as Jays Dodgers, and then of course Commanders Chiefs. So and packed night in the NBA as well with 11 games on the slate. And I do believe, Dustin Nielsen, that yes, Lakers Trailblazers, the Jailblazers tonight.
Oh, wow.
From LA too.
Austin Reeves last night. I wish I had more time. But Austin Reeves last night. So Luka had opened with back-to-back 40-point games.
Yes.
Luka didn't play last night. Austin Reeves takes over. Wrong one.
Same thing.
No, but Austin Reeves comes in, drops 51. He was 51 over. He had 8 assists or more, 8 rebounds or more, and had a true shooting percentage of 80% or more. First time in NBA history that ever been done. That's the type of game that Austin Reeves had. That's why they call him Hillbilly Kobe. All right, that's going to do it for us. They do call him that. That's a nickname. All right, the hangout is coming up. I'll be back with the lock shop after a quick nap. We managed to get this challenge done today. Thanks to the Brewhouse for dropping that off. For YouTube, Trev Lieutenant, here comes Dustin Nielsen. Over on 95.7 Cruise, we got the Jeff Healy Band coming up. And on TuneIn and iHeart and at EdmontonSportsTalk.com and on YouTube, the hangout is on the way next. Take it easy.